Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters on our Patreon, patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Dravian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and L, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things that we do. So, thank you very much for supporting us over the years. And if you're watching live, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Shadows of the Mountain, the Werewolf the Apocalypse game that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name's Jack. I am your storyteller for the evening, and I am joined tonight by Sensaku.
I'm Sen. I'm playing Grania Firelight O'Connor, the Hamid Ragabash Glasswalker,
Hey.
Trans rights, human rights, and Black Lives Matter.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mar. I'm playing Alexandra Boxcar's Core, Metis Philodox Black Fury.
And Shani.
Hey, I'm Shani, and I'm playing Ingvar Ironblood Ulfsdottir, the Hamid Geta Fenris Arun, and trans people exist no matter what legislation you try and pass.
And
Or
Athena.
what Candace Owen says.
Hi, I'm
Candace
Athena,
Owens.
and I'm playing Mordecai, the Lupus, the Urch, the Shadow Lords.
And Holly.
I am Holly. I'm playing Dakota, the Lupus Uptana Galliard, and my heart goes out to Texas right now.
Yes.
And Jerry.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Aiden Taylor, Hamid Philodox, Child of Gaia. And by the way, good job, you Georgians, not you ones, because I don't know how many of you voted in the particular primaries, but for kicking out all of the people who were trying to go on. Election wasn't integrity.
Mm-hmm. Craig, unfortunately, is not with us this evening due to acts of God. But we wish him well, and hopefully everything turns out reasonably decent. Also, special thanks, as always, to the Onyx Path, who provided us collaboration materials for this chronicle. You can get access to their upcoming Apocalyptic Record book pre-order at apocalyptic-record.backerkit.com/hosted_pre-orders, as you will see in the Twitch chat and in the video description once this episode goes up on YouTube. But when last we left the Denver region, the Wings Pack was confronted by an enticer for more, serving as the vanguard for an assault team backed up by a distant sniper whose first bullet nearly killed Spiderfryer. Quick response by the pack turned the tide back in the favor of the Guru, with Ingvar almost single-handedly murdering a Bane-ridden Fomor, while the rest cleared out the forces in the armored vehicle, and then kind of commandeered it to approach the sniper's position. We now return to the waning conflict as the rental house is gradually being engulfed in flames, and part of the pack closes in on the concealed gunman across the stream. So, with that stage set, we pick up with Boxcars, who is super fucked up from silver bullets in the back of an armored vehicle that has just been crashed into a stream bed.
Yep.
Intentionally.
Okay. Cool. I didn't do this last time, but do I need to make like a frenzy roll? I got real bad injured in one.
You can make a frenzy roll if you want. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll rage.
All right. I gotta remember how to do that. Where's my buttons? There's that's a good question. I don't think
On
I
the
have them.
advantages, in the advantages tab,
Yes.
just go down rage, just click the rage button.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, when you get all the way down to where it has your dots of rage, gnosis, and willpower, you can just click on rage.
Well, I'm gonna find that again. Aha, I see.
The diff was 7, I think.
Diff 7, yes, for all
Yeah.
of the injury that you
Uh-huh.
have taken.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
All right, you're
Cool.
just really
Ow.
fucked up and in a ton of pain, probably.
Cool. Yep. Okay. I'm going to attempt to grab one of the guns from these bodies because they're not resisting.
Okay. Roll sense worm.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna have to fight the guns?
I don't know. Diff what?
The guns are Banes.
Diff 6, standard
Okay.
difficulty.
2 successes?
It's a gun. It does
Okay.
not seem to be any sort of like fetish or have a spiritual inhabitant, but it feels gross and nasty and wrong and horrible as soon as you pick it up.
Okay. But
There is a severe amount of worm taint coming off this thing.
okay.
It itself has not been ridden by a bane, but it has been around a bane for an extended period.
Well, I think I'm still gonna pick it up because the last instructions I remember were there's still a sniper out there and I don't
Okay.
have a ranged weapon.
Well, your last instructions were you were stay in cover.
Certainly speaking, your last instruction was brace.
I mean,
you
not from the war beta.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. If I look outside, can I actually, because I don't know where Dakota ended up on the trajectory. Can I see her from where I am in the
Not from where you are. No, Dakota has crossed the stream and is somewhere out in the scrub ahead. So you are definitely at a lower elevation. So yeah, no, you're not going to be able to get eyes on Dakota.
Okay. I am going to gingerly scooch to the edge of the truck, the back of this place, and
Okay.
try and peek around and see if I can find the sniper and gauge like how far away that is.
Give me a perception and alertness difficulty 8.
Okay.
You do have bulletproof glass, like that you can try and peek through.
Well, the
We're
bulletproof
good.
glass is face down in the water.
Well, it's
I
not
was
face
gonna
down;
say-
it's tilted
I was
down.
gonna, yeah. And,
Yeah,
and
no,
like
You
Aiden's in
would not be
between.
able to get any visual on the sniper's position from inside the vehicle at that point, no matter how hard you look.
Was perception and alertness.
Yep, difficulty 8.
Cool. Nah.
Yep, nope. You're scanning as best you can, and you're still trying to stay as low as possible. So you are kind of having to, but the pain, the fog of war, in a sense, and a whole number of other contributing factors are all making it so that you're not able to pick up any particularly direct information on that.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay there then.
Okay,
That's my turn.
that takes us to Aiden,
All right.
who is in the back of a gore-splattered armored vehicle. It's a little slippery back here.
Through
Gross.
totems through totem phone. How far away is the sniper? Anyone?
Could I just gesture in front of me where I'm at because I'm next to Aiden?
Oh, that's right. You took a dive out of the vehicle. Remember when it crashed, and you
No.
used the splash as cover to move.
Yeah.
You're not.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That was your whole
Right,
thing.
You're
right,
gone.
I did. That's right, I'm
You're
gone.
gone.
Never mind.
You and Dakota both are up and over the top and trying to close.
Does,
So I mean, you
does
can
Dakota-
gesture. Aiden won't see it though.
does Dakota know how
Gesture
far
in my
out the
brain.
sniper is, at least from where she is?
Give me an intelligence and alertness difficulty 7.
One success.
Best you can tell, maybe anywhere from 50 to 100 yards out from your current position.
Oh, that's fine.
She'll
That's-
she'll say that over totem.
All right.
I will give as close an estimate as I can as well. Having been sort of tracking the location as best I could throughout the fight.
Okay. You just hear over the totem phone. I promise I'm not being dumb. And Aiden is running out the back and running in the direction and just to get as close as possible and moving towards something that is covering.
Okay.
I'm
Sounds
moving
good.
up as far as this movement will allow. Aiden proceeds to roar a word. And I am spending a Gnosis point to activate Jam Weapon.
Interesting.
Player
Okay.
rolls willpower against the difficulty of the highest willpower of any armed individual within earshot.
Okay.
Love this.
I will note that I am armed.
I was gonna
Within
say.
earshot.
Where you're at, I think. No, wait, Ingvar and everybody had gone out the back. I don't know if they.
You're not rolling. I don't think
you
you're rolling against Ingvar's willpower because that'd be a bad plan. But
Hmm.
and Ingvar is like out the back end of the burning building.
Grania, what's your willpower?
6.
And any armed individual, it says, right?
Any armed individual.
Alex, what's your permanent willpower?
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, I think you're going to be difficulty 6. Yep.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Well, unless
Oh.
you've got a weapon, what's your willpower?
I have my staff. I don't know if my staff qualifies because it would not be jammed in this instance.
Well, but it just says armed, correct?
So yes,
Yeah, but like
here's what I will argue. All manufactured weapons will not function for a scene. This natural weapons and natural objects appropriated as weapons would. Oh no, that's knives and swords refuse to cut. I assume this is a manufactured staff. So
Yeah, it's a manufactured staff. So
my own willpower is 7.
okay, so difficulty 7 then. Mhm.
Now here's my question, because
Yeah.
some storytellers allow you to, some do not. Can I spend willpower on a willpower roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I will spend a willpower then.
Okay.
And willpower diff 7. Oh, nope. Let me try that again.
Was that bonus 7?
I was about to add 7 dice in my roll.
Pull dice.
So for the next 4 turns, no manufactured
Manufactured
weapons
will work.
function.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you've just disarmed me.
I have just disarmed.
teeth.
You're in Krynos.
No.
No, I'm not. I couldn't
not?
cry.
Oh, no, that's right.
I'm
that's
in
right.
Hamid.
You couldn't
Yes,
spend the. Yep.
But none of us are going to have our heads blown off. Deal.
mhm.
Fair.
And that means I don't have to jump behind anything right now.
Turns out
Yep.
that GIF is going to be more accurate than I thought.
All right. That's Aiden.
That is my turn.
That okay. So
I promise I'm not being dumb.
Grania and the sniper go on the same turn.
Which I think means I go first.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I need to make a frenzy roll because I got
Yes, you
shot
do.
with a silver bullet.
So that's
That'll be interesting.
that's your
I-
rage roll difficulty 6
My
or
rage
7.
and my rage and my gnosis are the same, and my willpower is
Mhm.
higher. So I'm not gonna whatever it is that makes you murder your friends. But yeah, I might just frenzy out in Hamid form, which would be interesting.
It can happen.
Notably, when you frenzy, you immediately shift to Krynos or Hispo.
One success, so we're good.
Yep.
Not that relevant. Would I still have to make my band transformation roll though for that, Jack?
No, because it's not a voluntary thing.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
You
Yeah.
would just shift.
You would just shift. Yeah.
I mean, hey, that would in that case, I wish I had failed.
Somebody somebody just keep punching Grania.
Somebody just keep pissing Grania off.
Hit her
we
with
don't even
pepper
have-
spray.
Don't even have
So yeah,
Sal here.
I am like beelining for estimated sniper's nest as fast as I can.
All right. Give me a dexterity and athletics just standard difficulty.
All right. Does my preternatural grace apply?
In this case, yes.
Oh, got that.
Because you are trying to negotiate heavily vegetated terrain that is uneven and difficult to see the ground surface of.
Dexterity, athletics. What diff was it again?
Diff 6.
Diff 6.
Mhm.
Does my on a similar vein, does my perfect balance merit apply?
What's your perfect balance merit say?
Hang on, let me pull up the merits because I can never remember what they do. It's gonna be a physical merit. If anyone gets there before me.
Any rolls do you make? This is not a balance related physical activity, so the difficulty does not drop.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure because
Yep.
uneven terrain, things like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, this is less about whether you keep your balance and more about whether or not you roll your ankle.
Fair. All right. Diff 7, you said?
Diff 6.
Diff 6.
Yep.
So that's for 5 successes.
Okay. So you and your dex is 5?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 20, 15, 45 yards. All right. So yeah, you burn your muscles as hard as you can. And as you come up this little rise, you see something small and cylindrical kind of towards you and bunk, bunk into the vegetation, and you just blow right past it. Whatever it was didn't go off.
So I'm heading straight towards where that came from.
Yep. And basically as you crest the rise, you do have to spend your entire turn moving, but you crest the rise and you've got eyes on what looks like a dark shape crouched in some cover near the top of this thing, just sort of over the bit.
And like eyes on, just go, gotcha, bitch.
Excellent.
And I will broadcast location through the totem phone if I can.
You can definitely let people know that you've found him.
Yeah.
Moriko.
So, as advertised, Mordecai is going to pick Sal up, or I guess she's still carrying Sal because he's just still woozy. She's going to probably say out loud, I think we should run. To
Ingvar's already said
Ingvar,
that.
yeah, of the agreement, I guess. Because as far as I can tell, how far did we get from the house?
I think we just made it out the back door.
I think that's what we decided was a reasonable action.
You were just out the back. Yep.
She's gonna book it away from the house at this point. That house is definitely
okay. And you are
unsafe.
carrying Sal currently, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna try to get away as far as possible without spending a rage.
Without spending any rage. Okay. All right. For that, you can probably given that you're carrying another body, you can probably move at a jog at the fastest. You wouldn't be able to do an all-out run, I don't think.
Is there like a roll of like how well she can
there's
run
just
with
there's just a standard. What's your dex score?
My dex is low. My dex is 2.
2? Okay. Which means
I feel like she could easily drop them, but she probably won't.
Yeah, you certainly could. At a jog, you'd be able to move 12 plus. You said 2 for dexterity.
Yep.
That's 14 yards that you can cover in a turn if you use your whole movement.
It's not very far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What form are you in?
She's in Krynos.
Oh, she's in Krynos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I guess
so-
my dexterity would be 3 technically.
So your dexterity would be 3, and you get a +2 for the longer stride. So that's 15, 17 yards. So you can clear almost 60 feet away from the house while you're covering the south.
And I think that's what she's gonna do because I don't think she's gonna spend a rage at the moment. It's
Okay.
I mean, that thing is definitely on fire, but it's not currently exploding.
No. Mm-mm.
So yeah, no, that's as far as she'll go. Right.
Okay.
That's really all
Just-
she's doing.
Just as much move as you can do. All right. So that was, we said, a little less than 60. I will keep track of that.
You said someone's turn. It did not come to the mic.
Oh, Ingvar's turn.
Yeah, I think Ingvar is definitely following after and just sort of keeping up with Moriko, just holding the slug thrower in both hands, just keeping an eye out for anything else getting too close.
Okay.
She's calling Glabro, but this is aggravated damage, so it's not going to regenerate anytime soon.
Okay. So Ingvar is at the same distance, which brings us to Dakota.
Okay, Dakota fell, right? She wiped out.
Yeah, she kind of wiped out. Yep. But you can get up and
Okay.
get moving again without too much trouble.
She will.
Okay. How much dex do you have in Hamid form?
I'm currently in beast form.
Yeah, but how much do you have
But in Hamid,
Because that's what they calculate it from.
2.
2. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can also, even from being on the ground, if you use your whole turn, you can get right up to where Grania is as well, if you
Okay.
like.
Yes, she will.
Okay. So yeah, you scramble back up to your feet, tear off through the brush, and by the time you're up there, you can see, obviously from a little lower because you're in lupus form, but there's a figure crouched in the brush, maybe 2 or 3 yards away from you. Which brings us back to Alex.
Okay. Ow. I'm gonna put the gun down. Are you still alive? Over the totem phone.
To who?
Uh,
Everybody?
She doesn't specify.
Okay. So everybody just hears a question.
Yup.
You're
Yep.
going to need to be more specific. I
I
don't
was
know
just
why I
gonna
became
say.
Irish for a second there. I was playing Valbeth for a second there. You'll need to be more specific.
Okay.
Everybody just sound off.
I think everyone
You
just
got
did.
it, boss.
Yep.
Okay.
What part of I'm about to murder someone didn't you hear?
I'll just. Can I see the house is on fire at this point? I don't think Alex has remembered the house is on fire. There's a lot has happened.
As you come out you came out the back of
Yeah, I don't
the
know,
vehicle,
from the
you can
angles.
see smoke rising. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Grania, is the house going to explode?
No.
Okay.
Grania, you know that you moved most of your stuff in there. As was stated when we got here, you moved a ton of your explosive stuff. There is definitely a big pile of incendiary equipment in there.
Accelerants, not just C4, but there are
Yeah.
accelerants.
Not all of it is put together in bomb form. Most of it won't
Right.
explode, but in the current state, it will cause the fire to spread and burn faster. But that's not what the question was.
If you've
Okay.
got incendiary stuff in there, it will explode. Like, as your GM, I'm telling you, that is incorrect information by your character's knowledge that you just gave your packmate. You can do that if you want.
Okay, no, in that case, in that case, because I thought my stuff was in my car. because I brought some stuff in while I was working on it, but most of it was still in the toolbox. I thought. Anyways, but I have bad memory, so scratch that.
Okay.
Possibly, I don't remember what all I've left in there.
Okay, I'm shutting the door now.
Getting back in the truck and just shutting
Yeah,
the
I'm
door.
gonna close it. I'm hoping this is enough. I can't run that. I can only go like 3 yards at a time. I'm gonna try and shut myself in here so that when
Okay.
it explodes, I will not die.
Fair enough.
I mean,
That's my turn.
there is like, depending on how much of it is just component form, the explosion probably won't be large, especially if a lot of it is C4, because C4 does not react to fire.
C4
I'm
doesn't.
going to
C4 won't blow up. The
The ol-
incendiaries will.
The only C4 that I had on me, I used.
Right. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, the rest is all components that could explode on their own if they were put in together, and it's
the
about
rest
to
is
be
all
on fire.
the rest is all like chemical reagents and gunpowder.
Yeah.
not
all
mixed
of which
together.
will explode when they're on fire, which they're
Yeah,
about
well,
to be.
well, that's gunpowder. Gunpowder will only explode if it's contained. If it's just gunpowder plain, it'll burn.
It'll
it won't
flue.
explode.
Oh yeah, it'll
Right.
flue.
That's why
but yeah,
it's less that it's going to explode than it's
Yeah.
going to accelerate the fire.
yeah,
And the-
which
and
which
the-
will act like
and-
an explosion.
And the
in a
chemical and
house.
the various chemicals will also mostly just burn. They won't explode. The thing that causes the explosive force for incendiary is the fact that all of that energy is contained.
Yeah, it's in a
compressed
house.
form.
Yeah.
The house is
Yeah.
not enough compression.
Anyway,
If you've never seen a house explode from the fire, okay.
I
They
have,
do.
funnily enough, because
Yeah.
our first house was burnt to the ground because of my older brother.
As I say, they will explode. It is great, and by great I mean
But okay. So that is Alex. We are back to Aiden, who still
right.
has 3 more turns of weapons not working.
Grania Dakota, you got the sniper?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anything we need in that fucking house?
Just start rattling off a list of things.
Is there anything we need? Not want.
It's like all your computers and tech mostly are in there. Trying to think what else. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You just hear this little voice from Dakota. My scarves.
Oh, god damn it.
At minimum my laptop.
Aiden, I will handle it.
I don't have anything else I need to do. I look back at that. Does it look like something that can possibly be put out at this point?
Oh fuck no.
Like between the two of us, I am 1 movement out. You are a truck ride out.
Get everything possible out of it.
I will indicate where my supplies are over the totem phone. If you get
Okay.
those out,
Yep.
it won't burn as fast.
I'm leaving that to you. I guess I will then hit all 4s and start chasing after, because I can either stand there or go running.
Chasing towards the sniper?
Towards the sniper, yeah.
Towards the sniper? Okay. Sounds good.
I will, since I don't.
What's
need
your
to
Hamid
spend-
dex?
My Hamid dex is 2. No, 3. My Hamid dex is 3.
Okay. So that would be so a full run that uses your entire action will get you 29, almost 60 yards.
Okay.
Which would be enough to you could burn your turn and get roughly up to where they are.
And then I can spend a rage point.
And then if you want more actions, you can spend rage. Yep.
All right, I'm out of rage.
Wait.
Just come up on him high.
When you're out
And
of
did you
range-
say you were shifting into Hamid form, or I mean,
No,
you're
I
staying
was
in
already in
Krynos?
Krynos. Yeah.
when
Okay.
you run out of
Yep.
range, do you shift back to your?
When you run out of rage
No.
and no.
When you run out of rage and willpower, then
Oh.
you lose the wolf.
Oh, then I didn't realize that, or I would have spent my last rage.
Yeah.
Well, we can both have you spend your last rage right now, then, or however much rage
Hey.
you have. So since and
To
just
be fair,
go
my
whenever.
plan was to go up and hit him real fucking hard with my staff.
Okay.
I'm looking to knock unconscious here.
My plan was to run up and hit really hard with my fist until he stopped twitching.
Okay.
Same effect, but one with a stick.
No, no.
Right.
No, one
of
them,
those
one of
will
them is
kill.
dead.
One of those will knock unconscious.
Dakota was gonna bite his throat out.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that as well then. So
It'll take me longer to kill him with my fists, though, than you. Than
Grania-
This,
you
will-
to kill him.
this
you
is
can-
true. You will
Grania,
do
you-
bashing damage at first.
yeah.
Well,
Grania, you can make the Dex Brawl.
Yay, there's already a dex brawl. Does my preternatural grace for punching apply?
No, this is just fighting. It's Dex
Okay.
Brawl diff 6. And then you roll
successes.
5 successes. All right, strength plus 4.
This has no strength. Oh no, sorry, it's query is no and damage is strength. Right. I forget. Do I add it to the damage modifier, or does it ask me when I roll it?
When you roll, it will
Ro-
ask you. It will
It'll ask you.
how many
It'll
successes.
ask you for extra successes when you roll it.
So 6 bashing.
Okay.
So yeah, it's gotcha, bitch. Run up, tackle, and wham.
Yep. Okay.
Oh look, a bot for me to ban.
Hey, that's always fun. He soaks 2 of it. So that's 4 already in.
Go.
Across the jaw.
Yep. Alrighty. And hang on a second.
So again, just
While I look one thing up.
insert GIF of Revy from Black Lagoon beating the shit out of somebody.
For sure. Okay. Where'd jam weapon go?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Did you?
Yep. Nope. That is.
Yep.
That is
Yeah, so-
you jammed your stuff.
Yeah, technically the staff is jammed. It is a manufactured weapon.
Can I
And
drop
you would be
it
aware
as a
of that.
free action?
Yeah, you would be aware that that your staff is not going to do what your staff would normally do if you want to shift
Uh,
up your approach.
As the person who activated it, can I
Mhm.
can I drop that as a free action?
Oh, drop the jam?
Yes.
I
It doesn't say one way or the other.
It does not say one way or the other. Why not? Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. Actually, here's what we'll do. Since it's a willpower roll, make just a standard willpower roll diff 6.
Okay. That makes
See
sense.
if you can switch it
If
off.
you can wheel your powers to go away.
Yeah, you only need 1 success. You don't.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you just crack down on that spiritual mojo that
Yep.
you pushed into to everything, and yep, you can swing with the stick again.
Hi, smack.
Right.
And I'm using Dragon Emergence from Mountain, which is just
Okay.
a thrust with the staff. That is 4 successes.
Hell
hit.
yeah.
And
The names on
then-
all of the Iskaku moves are incredible.
They really are.
Oh yeah, no, they do great with that.
What the fuck?
I appreciate that I punched him harder with my fist than you did with your stick.
Yes, you're very good. We understand.
All right. He only soaks 1 of it, so that's
Okay.
another 2. And you're dealing bashing damage with the staff, I think. Is it bashing or lethal? I'm trying to remember. No, it'd be bashing.
Yeah, no, it's bashing.
mhm.
It is absolutely.
Yep. So yeah. the end of that staff comes out, and you can see the face of this person looking up at you, and they're wearing those circular goggles that each of the other commandos you saw, and just comes out and bam, right across the bridge of the nose. They've kind of got the face mask underneath.
Yep.
But yeah, you see, and you hear a crunch, and you see some blood spurt.
Over totem phone, unconscious, not dead. I have questions. It's my
Okay.
turn.
Excellent. Which brings us back to Grania.
All right. Well,
Not Dakota.
Oh, wait. Who just went?
I just went.
Aiden.
Aiden just went. Yeah. Dakota, you just got up there on your last turn. Alex went. Aiden. So yeah, no, it'll be.
Yeah, because I didn't
Yeah.
actually go there. We were
Grania goes
inserting
before
from
me
my.
in the initiative turn.
Okay.
You were just
Yeah.
Gotcha.
inserting from before.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I didn't
but
realize that I'd-
Aiden, you drop the gift, and you hear something go behind you. All three werewolves who are here, you are
Oh,
engulfed in
shit.
this weird gaseous, and something hits your olfactory glands, and your nerve endings just go haywire for a second, and you suddenly realize you can't smell anything. It is exceptionally disorienting.
Okay.
Well, good thing the guy's already on the ground getting the shit kicked out of
Do
him.
we have to take? Do we have to soak anything, or is it just
No,
Just sense
it has short-circuited your sense of smell for the next hour.
Okay.
I would like to indent the ground with the back of this person's head until they
Okay.
stop moving in a unconscious way as opposed to a dead way.
All right. Go ahead and
Could I
roll for it.
Could I? Just because it adds one question: would the attack difficulty of a kick still be 7 when they're prone on the ground?
Yes.
Beat the shit out of. Okay.
Yep.
Because I was gonna say maybe I kick, but maybe I just punch instead and keep punching. Wait, is there sniper rifle visible nearby?
Yeah.
Can
They
I
still have
gra-
their hand around it.
Question: how does pistol whipping work?
I believe you make a melee attack with an improvised weapon. I am pretty sure there's an actual entry for this, though. So let me look, because
There
apparently
used
that's
to be at least.
Mm-hmm. Pistol whip. Yep, there it is. Dexterity and melee, difficulty 7.
What does it add to the damage?
Strength plus 2 lethal.
It makes it lethal as well.
Oh, yeah.
But
Make it
yeah, because you're
lethal, that's
beating
the-
them with a metal object.
Yeah, I'm fucking grab one of the LAR Grizzly Win Mags off the back of my belt and just fuck this.
Okay. Dex melee, difficulty 7.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
Dex Mala. So follow.
Now, the higher grade damage pushes the lower grade damage
Correct.
down first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So unless you fill him up with lethal, he'll just be unconscious after
No.
this, theoretically.
Because bashing damage then turns into overflow and turns other bashing into lethal.
Mhm. But unless she massively overkills this guy, it should just fill him to full.
Not
le-
necessarily.
It's lethal damage that she's doing right now. So he has 6 bashing currently. If I did my math correctly.
Which is
1
like
damage
3.
will be 1 damage in 6. 2 lethal damage will be 2 lethal. No, wait. Let's see.
Because
Yeah, 'cause that should-
ba-
that-
Don't worry,
bashing,
I'll do the math for you guys.
Yeah.
bashing is a half a step each, isn't
1,
it?
2.
No.
Oh, is it not? Oh, I thought bashing was a half a step. As far as damage is concerned.
1.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm pinning him in the face. with pistol.
I think it's 4. 4 less than 4 lethal, we're fine.
Well, one success. So
One success. So
That's
you
good.
just barely make contact. So you roll strength plus 2 lethal.
Oh, goodness.
2
All
successes.
right. So 2 lethal damage. We got a lethal there, which bumps that down to incapacitated. We got a lethal there, which knocks one off and turns that into another
Oh, is he
lethal.
not able to soak that lethal?
Oh, duh. I should see if they soak. Durr.
Yeah.
So they just soak it off.
Fucking helmets.
Just bounce it off-
Yep.
Just fucking bounces
So yeah,
off
bounces
face.
off the tack helmet. Yep. And that brings us to Mordecai again. Oh no, wait, the sniper
it's-
gets
I
their
was
turn.
saying,
I
it's
should
the
say.
sniper's turn.
Yeah. I
Yep.
was just say I don't think
They're gonna try. They really got their bell rung, but they swing that rifle around and they point it at the closest one to them, which is.
Do they have enough room to point it at me?
I was about to say, please tell me that trying to shoot a sniper rifle while you're enclosed on all sides has massive
Basically,
penalties.
they're not enclosed on all sides. They have a line of 3 people in front of them, and they basically just kick back onto their back, drop it between their boots, and try and pull the trigger. They're point blanking a sniper rifle. Yes.
Yep.
Don't worry, they've got lots of wound penalties. And this
'Cause
one
we're both
is
equally close, to be honest.
all right. Jeremy, high or low?
I would assume it's aimed at me because I've been the one.
You can assume whatever you like. Jeremy, high or low?
Fuck. I
You're not
feel
the
like
one
I
rolling
want
the
the
die.
number to show up as a high, so I'm going to say low because that will mean that it will turn out high.
Okay. Nope.
all right.
So low works in your favor. So this one's going to Grania.
It's because you
I feel like in Aiden's
Oh, look, a miss.
favor would be them getting shot, to be fair.
Right. Yeah,
yeah,
no. But the
they just
rifle
got a
comes
wound.
down. There is a massive report because you guys are basically, within 48 inches of the muzzle of a
Right.
sniper rifle that's going off. And
I like the idea of
something
if this brings it up.
whizzes past
Takes it.
Grania's shoulder.
I like the idea of he brings it up, takes a shot, and Aiden and Grania just go, thump,
Right. Open like a door.
look at each
Um,
other, look back down.
Right. But something very loud and very fast just whizzed past your shoulder, Grania.
Would you say it was?
Um,
Would you say it was uncomfortably loud and incredibly close?
Yeah, I would. But that's their turn, and now it's Mordecai.
Do we roll for the squirrel that bullet probably hit?
I mean, that bullet's going to be traveling for at least a minute or two before it lands on anything.
On a squirrel?
Cousin.
Oh no.
Yeah. Mhm.
You can do it. Deck save, squirrel, deck save.
Then the werewolf squirrels will come
All right.
after
Is
us
Mordecai
with
just
revenge.
running?
I think
Keep hauling Sal out of there?
that's the problem is Ingvar indicated that she was going to handle it, so she's going to run back into the building.
Apparently. Do you look over your
So,
shoulder to see what the situation there is?
in terms of the way the initiative works. Okay. So I think I'll say, if possible, what's going to probably happen is Mordecai is probably going to keep moving away, probably at closer to a walk. And
Okay.
then if Ingvar turns back and runs back into the building, she is going to stop and hold and wait to see if A, Ingvar tells her to come with her, or B, so that she's close enough that if Ingvar gets badly damaged, she's within range.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, she's just
And-
gonna hold that of whatever Ingvar does.
Gotcha.
So she's not
Okay.
gonna go very far.
Just moving at a walk gives you another 20 some feet.
Yeah, and again, she's not she's probably not getting very far because she's probably slowed down to see what Ingvar is going to do.
All right. Sal is coming back to himself. Ingvar.
Okay, so of note, I was only keeping up with Moriko previously, so I was not moving at my full speed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So I will turn and head back in, and the first place that she's headed is to get those explosives out of the house before they go up.
Does she know where they are?
They were on the ground floor, and
I explicitly
I was gonna
told.
say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Grania was real clear about
That
where
is it,
they're. You go in. You turn and you look. That door is already on fire. Whatever is in that room has less than a round, you would assume, before it goes up. You are in a very dangerous position right now, and you've used...
My Hamid Dex is 4.
Your Hamid Dex is 4. You've used about half your movement getting here. Okay. If you're at a run using your entire action. If you've got rage, of course, you can burn more to get more actions in a turn.
I have 1 rage left to use.
Okay. Yeah.
Is Grania's laptop?
I believe that's in the main room, so that's within a step and arm's reach of you right now, probably.
Yeah. I haven't heard subsequent detonations of the explosives going off in that room.
Not yet.
This is who Ingvar is. She's going to spend her last rage and grab the laptop, barrel through, grab the bag of explosives, and get them the fuck out before they go off.
You won't be able to grab all of them. They're not just in a bag. Based on Grania's descriptions of these in previous episodes, there are a number of loads of these things in there.
Okay. Well, I mean,
grab the gunpowder.
The gunpowder is unless it's in a can, it's the least explosive of that mixture.
It's also the hardest to replace.
We're not looking at replacement problems here.
I was going to say.
If we're looking purely at replacement problems, we're going for the irreplaceable personal effects. Not the fucking computer.
The computer has all of my data hacking shit on it.
That could be reprogrammed and shit.
But specifically what Ingvar wants to do is buy time before everything else goes up.
There's no buying time.
Okay.
You can maybe mitigate some of the acceleration in this room, but even as much as you can carry, there's enough explosive stash in this room that the entire house is going up in a fireball within a round.
Okay. Then yeah, she's brave, but she's not stupid.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm trying to enable her to be right now.
Be brave.
Yeah, so she'll grab the laptop and whatever other personal effects she can reach, and with a rage, getting the extra movement to get everything
right. So basically, with a rage, you can grab an armload of stuff out of the main room and possibly get to safe distance.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the laptop. Did anybody else have anything of personal importance that they would have left in the main room?
Is that where Aiden is staying? Is that actually where his...
Yeah, that's where his chair is, yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably just Aiden's things. Mordecai's stuff is definitely not in there.
I'm trying to think of what
Ingvar doesn't keep a lot in the way of personal possessions.
I'm trying to think what he would have that would be there and not just like in the fucking car or on his in the bags on his bike.
Yeah, like the only thing I think Ingvar is losing is whatever that tank top that Grania got her was.
there would probably be like there would
Oh,
be
grab the Lucifer statue.
Oh Jesus. That's a choice.
There would probably be like just a backpack with some personal stuff, because there absolutely was established, and just before this whole thing happened, he had gone in to get a picture that he could show people
Yeah.
of Isabel.
I was
Yeah,
saying, I do
so,
remember
yeah,
him
I
having
mean-
like a bag or a backpack.
Yeah,
was by
bags
the
are
chair.
obvious things to
Yeah.
grab because they're
I
just
feel
very
like-
quick slip on.
I feel like
Mhm.
other than like that, his staff, his guns, which his guns can be replaced. He doesn't care about that. I don't think he would have had anything else even in the house. Everything else would have been in the car, because this is a guy who lives mobile, because he expects to be kicked out at any particular moment.
Yep. Okay. All right. And you're
the other thing that Ingvar definitely grabs out of that room is her carved stone and effigy, which were in the living room,
which she was working on there. Yep. Okay. So you just come in at a run, make a sweep, grab a bag, armfuls of stuff off the table, because that's probably where Grania's computer was as well, plus the stuff that you'd been working on. And your Hamid Dex, you said again, was 4. Okay. Yep. All right. So that
Ingvar
gets
is made
you,
of physical
honestly,
stats.
with that gets you about to where Mordecai and Sal are after you burn the rage, and it's just legs pumping, and you see Grania coming out. There's a little bit of smolder coming off of her, and the house is belching smoke at this point, which brings us to Dakota. It's your turn.
All right. She will not go for the throat because he needs to talk.
Okay.
But she will jump on him and try to gnaw his arm off.
Okay. Go ahead and make a bite attack.
Optional.
Four successes.
All right. Damage +3.
I apologize. It's been a while. How do I roll damage here?
So where you click the bite button, if you go all the way over the row, there's a button that says aggravated. Click that. It'll ask you how many extra successes, and you put 3 in there.
All right.
Oh, right, because a lupus bite is fuck.
Yep. Yeah.
But I didn't go for the throat.
There's armor on.
He might still be dead. He's
He
so
might be-
dead.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So there.
Yep.
She wasn't trying that hard to not
No.
kill him.
It's fine. Like Aiden's pissed, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, no, that's yep. So you just grab the arm and you're like, I'll just chew on this a bit, and you yank and twist, and it pops off,
Oh, gross.
and there is a just splattering of blood out, and the body goes limp.
I catch the sniper rifle before it falls.
It was the other arm.
Okay.
You just hear over totem phone. Oops. Oh well.
Wow.
At which point, there is a massive roar as part of the house blows out. Everybody, let's see. I will need Mordecai, Ingvar, and Sal. You guys are outside the 80-foot line, so you are not exposed to the full intensity of the explosion.
Also, we're like on the other side of the house from the entire house is between us and where the explosives were. So,
Oh yeah, but you see, this house has gas.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
gonna be what costs.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Also, there
yep.
are like 7,000 cases of rum or something like that.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's a fair bit of alcohol. There's a number. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be nearly
Like,
as bad if there weren't actual explosive materials in there. But yeah,
This
Like
is-
cocktails.
This is one of those scenes in the movie where it's like a Michael Bay's. You see one shot angle of it, and then another, and pulling out further
right
in quick succession of the explosion just repeating itself.
pretty much. So that is going to be fire damage. I'm just gonna roll this on the snipers site. So you guys are only getting exposed to 5 dice of fire damage at that area. No extra successes. Whoop, it didn't roll anything. What the heck? There we go. All right, so everybody needs to soak 2 aggravated damage.
Everybody in that vicinity.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Sal, Mordico, and Ingvar. Sorry.
And if you're
Of that
not
trio,
in breed
all
form,
of
you
you.
can do that.
If you're not in breed form, you can do that. Yep.
Alex is good because she's out of the range, or
Yes.
in-
No, Alex, you are far enough away and at a lower area, and you're in a box. Right.
So wait, so the only people who are rolling are Aiden,
Mordico and Ingvar.
Mordico, and Ingvar.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Everybody else
And-
is far enough away.
I'm
Okay.
assuming that a bulletproof vest is not going to help with this.
No, armor doesn't help against fire.
Okay, so I'm soaking
I'm good.
what?
Soaking 2 aggravated.
2 aggravated. That's
2
what I'm not-
aggravated
That's what I'm
damage.
not
Yep,
pushing.
mhm.
Okay, and everything else is the same.
Mhm.
5 successes.
All right. So yeah, there's just this wave of intense heat that washes over you, but you manage to shoulder against it. And you don't actually there's some cinders in your fur / hair / all over your skin and whatnot. But other than that, you are okay. And we're out of initiative.
I grabbed that sniper.
Also out of a
Ah.
house for what that's worth.
I was gonna say.
Dakota will walk over to Aiden with the arm in her mouth and plop it down in front of him like a proud little puppy.
Aiden's standard shifts back to breed form, back to Hamid. Yeah, that's all right. Sure. How are things back where the explosion was, folks?
We're fine.
5.
I'm dying of smoke inhalation, boss.
Great.
No business as usual.
Well, we're heading back.
I was gonna say Mordico can tell that's not serious, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just the 3 of us. No prisoner.
Sorry.
Got a new gun
I-
though.
I didn't mean to kill him,
No,
but I wanted
I-
to.
I know you did.
When I-
Fine. The questioning him was going to be an added bonus anyways. He probably wasn't going to say anything and we're going to have to kill him anyways, but still.
I saved us a step.
When I grab that sniper rifle, do I get worm taint feeling off of that, or is it just a sniper?
Do you
rifle?
have sense worm?
I don't.
No.
You can't tell anything. It's
Cool.
a gun.
All right. Yeah.
Sure
Yeah,
is a gun.
Sure.
I
is
sort of-
good.
I just do a quick once over inspection of it. Reach down, grab any bandoliers that have spare ammo or anything any other utility kit off this guy.
So there's a couple in the belt. You pick it up. The helmet falls off. Long hair spills out. She looks like she was maybe mid-30s,
Really
young
quickly,
30s maybe.
just gonna standard root through pockets, grab anything that might be identification, anything that might be communication, anything that might be technological that might give me any additional intel on their operations or what they were up to.
There's an earpiece. There is no there's a West Ride Securities like badge, but there's no name on it, just a barcode and the company logo.
Does the earpiece have a receiver, or is it just the earpiece?
It's just the earpiece.
So no bass.
There's you mean like, is there a transmitter attached to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a comm unit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Send receive both. Yeah.
Mute that, or mute
Okay.
mute the input portion of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
Seeing you having that, Aiden's gonna go, can you use your glass walkery thing to possibly patch in to local police fire, see if there's people on the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the earbud in my ear. Hey, I'm listening to see if there's any communication on it right now.
Not right now, no. Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Then I'm going to pull out my phone, and I'm going to see if I can pull up any. As we're walking back, I'm going to see if I can pull up any indication of emergency reports or anything that might be like, across any emergency line in the local area that I could potentially get a hold of, or might potentially have access to, depending on how much access the Monkey Wrenchers have in general.
Okay. Run that by me one more time.
So while we're walking back, I'm just going to use my phone. I'm listening. listening for anything over the earbud that might be coming from the bad guys.
Okay.
And then on my phone, just getting access to any information feeds that I have that might tell me what the current situation is as far as fire department, police department in the local area is.
Yeah. All right.
Aiden will say,
sorry.
I go, well, that okay, yes, I was hoping not to do it from personally identifiable equipment.
This is a burner phone.
Fair. Just saying.
But yeah, as you're looking around, everything seems to be kind of situation normal. Granted, it's been less than 30 seconds since the house went up in a fireball, so you're going to need to monitor for a bit before you probably start to see a response, which you would assume there will be one at some point. You just don't know how soon. So you're getting mostly that like low grade, not quite static, just radio silence coming over the comms right now. A little bit of crackle every once in a while, but just standard interference as far as radio communications short range go.
Yeah, monitoring that let you know. Yeah, so I'm gonna monitor the situation, but I mean it's been like 30 seconds since the house went up. So
all right. Everybody get the body. Shit. Dakota, can you bring the sniper?
The big one was in the room that
The
went
whole
up.
one?
He's going to be
Yes. He
Both
died
the
by
Fomor
wolf
corpses
bite.
were in the house. Yes.
He died by having his arm ripped off by an animal. Yes, we need to get rid of all of these bodies.
Okay, so I need to get the body and the arm.
I'll carry the arm.
Okay.
Every guy back at the house, please grab the bodies. Big pile.
The two bodies that were at the house are Char. They were in the room that went up.
I understand that. We still need to get these bodies and put them on the other side of the gauntlet, because if they do a fucking autopsy on that body, the Fomor, either of them, they're not going to come back as human. This is our job. We protect the veil.
Yep. And we can get the guys that were in the truck, and also we can get their equipment.
Yep. Yeah, we have to get all of these bodies.
That might have to wait until the flames have died down enough to be safe to maneuver.
I mean, fair. I'm not asking you to burn yourself.
If you wait until the flames die down, we will have fire department here.
Die down enough.
Ingvar is waiting until the flames seem passable enough that she can grab a couple of bodies.
You can at least wait until we get back.
Yeah.
I'm moving around inside the truck. Are there... Okay, there are two. There's they're in halves. Okay.
Actually, Ingvar will actually turn to Moriko, actually. You're less injured than I am, and you're currently in Krynos. Can you get those bodies?
I can try.
If you need assistance, tell me.
I will. She's gonna go try to do it. She is gonna drop Sal. She doesn't come with her
Right,
to baby
yep.
Bjorn.
Right, yeah, no.
And
Sal's
she's
like
gentle
right,
dropping.
yeah, no. Sal's a little wobbly, but he's mobile. He can walk on his own under his own power at this point. He's caught his breath enough for
Grow
that.
up so fast. Okay, so she drops the baby Bjorn and she's gonna try to probably. They both died in the room, but one of them died by the door, right?
They both died in the doorway.
Yeah.
No. they
No.
did
One
not.
of them was in the room.
The
That one got past
Fomor
Moriko.
was basically all the Bane ridden commando that got decapitated was more or less center of the room.
Yeah, because it
and
got
died
past
there.
Moriko. The other one was by the door.
The other
right?
one was near the door, but thrown against the interior wall.
Sure.
By the explosion.
But that's closer to an entry, right? That's the one
Opposite side of the house from the explosion.
from where she that's where Moriko's going to try to go first. The one that is not in the center of a burning building that she might be able to get to. And I don't know for that.
If the guy in the center was in a room full of accelerants, he might literally have just been flash cremated.
I mean, he was made of armor. Probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That takes so much heat to do.
Yeah, no, a house fire generally does not produce enough heat to fully cremate a human body. Even.
Okay, so that's the one she's going for. The one that's closest to the door.
Okay.
House fire isn't typically fueled by explosive accelerants.
So for that, you will take, for each turn you spend attempting to get in, this is just how the rules of fire work in this system. You'll have to try and make a soak roll. At difficulty 7. And if you don't soak all of it, you take 2 aggravated damage every turn that you spend trying to get this body out.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Because this is a mechanic I'm not sure I understand that this is how this works. Could Moriko go across the gauntlet, get to the vague location where the body would be, step back across, grab the body, and try to cross again?
You could. That would be worse though, because at that point you are not putting part of your body in, you are actively standing in the middle of a fire and exposing your entire body to the flame
without any kind of ventilation.
I mean, that would be her goal would be just to walk up to it and then literally pop across in, but it wouldn't make any difference in terms of
that would be actively more dangerous.
Not like pop in next to the body, but the same place that she's going for, but in terms of where the body is, because I'm still not entirely clear. Can she literally just go up? I mean, obviously the house is on fire, so she's going to have to get near a fire thing anyway. I'm wondering if she'd be tactical enough to do I don't have to actually go up to the flames immediately, as much as pop in for a second, try to touch the body and take it back with her.
Conceivably.
Pull through without actively crossing the gauntlet, in other words.
Or I don't think she has the thing that gives her the ability to go through. I do not think
you can pull something across the gauntlet without crossing the gauntlet yourself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There might be some super high rank gift for that, but
yeah, in terms of how quick that would be, I just don't know that that's a thing that would make any difference in terms of what I'd be rolling for anyway. because I don't know the mechanic well enough to say
Yep.
that she would be smart enough to do something if she would.
Right. So the issue with that is that even in best case scenario, you cross the gauntlet, you spend an entire turn in the fire, and then you hopefully roll enough successes to cross back in the gauntlet instantaneously. So you're going to be taking at least 3 health levels of aggravated damage at that point, in terms of math and mechanics.
So I don't think I'm understanding then. So what she's going to do is go up and stand in the fire in either scenario.
She will not be able to get the body without immersing her body in the fire if she
She's
tries
not
to
going
do...
into a fire. This is
Okay.
Mordecai. She is not
Right.
going into a fire.
Okay,
If the
yeah,
only
then
way to
fair.
get that body is a fire, then she's
Yeah.
standing there by the door waiting until that fire is not
Okay.
actively fired. This makes
Okay.
no difference in
Okay.
mechanics.
Well, yeah,
of-
no. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
if the only
I thought
if
you
the
were
only,
saying she was trying to get it out of the fire.
well, yeah, and that would be the idea. But if the
Mhm.
only way to touch that body is to actively be in fire, there's
Yeah.
no way she goes actively into a fire. She is
Okay.
not Ingvar.
No. Right. Okay. Yeah.
She-
So
She
yes,
stands there
that is-
going,
that is the
Mm-mm.
situation that confronts Modiko as she gets up there. You can't get to
then-
this body without getting into the fire.
and she is currently in Krynos. She's going to shift to Hamid
Okay.
in large part because if she's standing in front of a house that's on fire and she doesn't know when the fire department is getting there, she's not going to be in Krynos.
Right. That's smart.
So- She is going to roll, change. Any difference in anything?
No, just standard shift from Krynos.
Yep, she jumps straight into Hamid.
Okay. Right.
Oh, wait. And
Box-
then,
oh.
wait, over the totem phone, she is going to say, I can't get to the body.
It's fine.
Boxcars, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm trying to move the bodies. If that's too painful, then I'm just kind of trying to roll them over and get equipment off because Grania was talking about saving that stuff. I'm trying to move them toward the edge of the truck.
Okay.
and then I'll open
It's
the door.
painful because
Yeah.
of your injuries, but you are capable of, shifting the bodies out either to the back or out of the truck entirely if you want.
Yeah, I'll try and get them out. Do they have
Okay.
any things that I think I should grab off of them?
Everything you're touching here, you are getting just now that the calm has sort of reasserted itself.
Yeah.
This entire vehicle, everything here is heavily worm tainted.
Okay.
There are plenty of things that if you didn't have that sense, you would probably just be like, okay, yeah, no, body armor's good. Weapons are good, blah, blah, blah. But there is just so much deep, like molecular level stench of the worm coming off of this stuff that you're thinking real hard about whether any of this is even legitimately salvageable. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so once she finishes doing that, she'll say over the totem phone, they're out of the truck. It smells wrong.
Noted.
Give me a perception and alertness, difficulty 7 as well, Alex.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't think I was quite comprehending the way you explained the fire rules. Are you just soaking 2 flat automatic damage of fire every turn that you're there, or?
1 success? Okay.
Yeah, it's basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, in this case, it would be Inferno level, so you would have to succeed at a 3 soak. If you soak any less than 3, you always take 3 damage each turn.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very pass fail. There's no middle
Yep.
grades for fire. Um,
But if you're in Krynos, that's not.
not
Horribly
impossible. Mhm.
Yeah, not impossible. Just
right.
there's no way Mordecai does that. That's
Yeah,
just
for
not her,
sure.
it's not her speed.
Mhm.
Even in
Um,
order.
As Boxcars is shifting these bodies, there's something that you notice as you look around. A little flashing light catches your eye, and you look up into the corner of the interior of the back here, and there's kind of like about a quarter sphere set into the side with very like dark glass over it. It honestly looks like a security camera from like a department store or something. And you can see a single boop, boop, boop red flash in there.
How can I reach that?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely within arm's reach. Yep.
Okay. It's like department store, like plastic. Does it look like it's breakable?
As you tap on it, it seems to be some sort of heavy polymer. You don't know if it's bulletproof like the glass and a lot of the armor on this thing is. So you could try.
Do I?
Your Labrys through it? I mean,
Your Labrys
Yeah.
wouldn't be up. Trying to get something the blade length of the
Yeah.
Labrys into
Wait, no,
an
it's
actual
got a
corner.
spike on the end.
Okay, now that maybe.
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
you're
Stab
thinking
it.
with pointy
There's a
objects.
spike through it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity melee, difficulty 6.
Okay. Do. Dex melee. Oh boy. Yes.
1 success. All right.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your damage on that then.
Okay. Again, the actual axe thing is a strength roll, but
well, yeah, but you're trying to finesse the pointy end.
yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm.
4 successes.
So yeah, you just jam that spike right through the material, and it fragments around it, and whatever's inside gives a little spark. And
There was a camera.
Sweet.
It's dead now.
Even
That
better.
cameras record, so something was watching. We should double check that van. If there's no recording equipment there, then someone was remotely monitoring.
I assumed that was the case anyways. They're not going to half-ass this. Going totem phone silent for a sec. I am pulling up my phone.
okay.
Now, I am making a phone call because I believe we do have a contact number for our favorite Denver Bonar.
Colin
yeah.
Will.
Yep.
So yeah, it rings. It rings like 5 times, like longer. You would assume it would have gone to voicemail by now, but it doesn't. And then there's a pickup. Well, who do we got?
This is Aiden.
All right. What does this do to?
I'm giving you a courtesy call to let you know we were attacked by enemies of our people.
Mm-hmm.
Enhanced enemies.
Oh. All right.
There may have been a house explosion.
That's the sort of thing that you don't usually hear a maybe around. So I'm
The-
implying that is something that most certainly did occur.
You are a man of great deductive skill, my friend.
Well, thank you kindly.
We are going to do our best to try and get rid of the any veil concerning issues.
All right. Well, getting that taken care of would be mighty appreciated.
I
I can see. Yeah, y'all's down on Plainview Road down that way. Yep, we can see that.
You can see
Jerry,
that. Great.
Jerry, look at this.
Awesome.
Shit.
Sweet.
We're famous.
How tell me, well, how good is the fire and police response time in your neck of the woods?
Well, that's the thing. We don't really have a big enough town for a full-on setup. So the VFD is going to be out your way any second now. But they do have to get people in gear and going. I would say You probably got maybe 10, 15.
That's way better than I thought I was going to hear. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we're real particular about fire out in these parts, but
Obviously.
fire season is a little bit on the waning side right now, so we don't at least have the full contingent in the county, as you might anticipate.
You have made me a much happier man than I was 30 seconds ago.
Oh, well, that's delightful.
We'll do what we can to clear it out. It's kind of difficult. There are some bodies in a fire right now, but we'll do what we can. Wanted to give you the heads up that there was an attack by them on people in your territory and everything else.
Alrighty, well, we'll simply add that to the ledger.
Sure. All right. Have a good one.
We'll be along.
Hangs up. Fuck you. Back
you're
on
good.
Huddle
Oh, you're
Film.
good.
All right. We have
You're
about
going
10,
well.
15 minutes before police and fire show up. Not police and fire, but
If Ingvar wasn't exactly 3 wounds away from being incapacitated, she would already be in there getting that body.
fine. 10, 15 minutes. I can get back there in that amount of time and I will fucking walk in.
Yeah.
Well, I'll double check the truck if Dakota and Alex can get the bodies closer to Moriko.
Yeah. These bodies need to go sideways, so bring them over to Moriko.
Okay.
Question: how are you anticipating on taking an undedicated object
It is
across the?
Oh, that's right. It's undedicated.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, the car itself, you mean? Yeah, that's not happening.
Or
No,
the bodies.
corpses.
The
I was saying the
bodies.
the bodies,
Lot of
I mean,
blood.
they're not dedicated, but can't you take people across?
No, I mean
Not-
people potentially.
People, yes. They're not people anymore.
They're not people anymore.
They're
These are
people
dead.
anymore.
Objects.
If you
They're
can't-
objects.
if
That's
you
so
can't-
harsh, man.
If you can't get them sorted that way, just start dragging them off into the woods. They're going to be primarily concerned about the burning house, not the area around it immediately, unless it catches fire.
Yep.
So, drag them off into the woods, up the hills. I know how to get rid of bodies in non-flammable ways.
Same.
There's a
Yeah.
lot
We
of
will
blood
just
in
we'll
here.
just drag the body. Huh?
There's a lot of blood in here.
Blood's fine.
Okay.
We can't do anything about blood. Blood's fine.
I mean, I can.
We're probably gonna have to move. We're gonna have to potentially move that truck anyways.
Truck is Jack. Just
Mhm.
because I still haven't gotten a really good idea of A, what time it is, B, what the actual relation to the creek to the house is.
Mm-hmm.
What is the distance from road to water to house?
Based on where you guys are at right now, you are looking at a distance of about the distance between the house and the road is about the distance between the creek and the road.
Just how long?
Is that large or small?
That
100
would
feet,
be
couple hundred feet.
Like this is a mountain road drive.
it would be about 500 feet, 400 or 500 feet.
So is that far enough away that if they're heading to the house on fire, and again, I don't know what time it is right now. Is that far enough away that if they're headed to the house on
Mid-afternoon.
fire? Wow, I crossed the whole city that quickly.
Yep.
That if they're heading to the house, they might just not see the truck in the water. Is that distance large enough?
Conceivably, they wouldn't have visual on it. The minute they start doing any sort of territory analysis, you guys drove a heavy vehicle that had at least one disabled wheel. There are ruts leading directly to it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
because I can. Hang on.
Everybody give me a perception and alertness difficulty 6.
While I'm doing that, would I be able to use diagnostics to figure out a way to sort of disassemble this truck in such a way that it will just sink the rest of the way?
This is not that deep a creek.
Okay, all right. Never mind then.
Yeah, no.
What was
For
that?
This creek is maybe 2 feet deep at its deepest point.
Okay, yeah. Then that's just going to be a mysterious truck that I'm going to make sure gets flooded with water so that there's less signs of people.
Yep.
Question for the perception and alertness: do either of my specialties apply of eavesdropping for hearing or elf eyes for looking pretty far away?
Hearing would apply.
It's fine. There was a 10 in there. You didn't botch.
Yep.
What was the difficulty?
6.
4 successes.
1 success.
Also 1.
Mordico hears it first, but everybody else starts to pick up. Fairly distant, but slowly getting louder.
All right, let's move quickly.
Sorry, that was chopper noise?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did Will specify if it was air fire?
It would
Nope.
be.
Well, it would be. It's mountain.
Yeah,
It's a mountain.
it's
It
mountain.
would be. It's
yeah.
a mountainous area. It'll almost certainly be chopper fire.
Yeah, they do not bother with.
Fire trucks generally, no.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
That's one of the things my brother does.
So yeah, I'm bodies into the woods.
Yep. Get the bodies into the woods. I'm going to pick up speed and hightail it back.
Okay.
I will go Krynos. I will walk into that house. And take
Okay.
the damage that I'm gonna take to
Mordico is
get those
going
bodies.
to step further back away from the burning house so she takes no damage, and she is going to prepare mentally to try to heal Aiden if he goes down.
Okay. All
Only
right.
2 bodies to grab. So.
Yeah, but one's a real big heavy body.
Oh yeah,
fair.
one's
Yeah.
a heavy fucker.
The other one probably not so much.
And then
And
while,
Mordico has 1 gnosis to heal with.
Mhm.
while
So-
they're all moving bodies, I'm going to very quickly see if I can case that truck for any recording equipment that would
Okay.
that would be connected to that camera.
I mean, you've got the go ahead and give me a perception and
I will also point out as Dakota and Alex are moving past me, I will point out the guy that I threw out the truck.
Mhm.
It's just
Yep.
like, don't forget that one.
perception and
too.
investigation difficulty 6. Do you have any dots in investigation?
I do have 1 dot in investigation.
Okay. Yep. That's what you'd be going for then.
Do I have any bonuses from my computer aptitude, mechanical aptitude, or would my diagnostics gift apply?
What does diagnostics do again?
Diagnostics. This one is a tribal gift for glasswalkers. Find the page. There it is. The glasswalker can tell at a glance what is wrong with the machine. They can enlist the aid of machine spirit in repairing it. Any technological spirit can teach this gift. You automatically succeed all attempts to diagnose the problem with broken technological devices. You spend 1 point.
Yeah, this doesn't really apply that way, but your aptitudes will
Yeah.
reduce the difficulty by the
Yeah.
standard -2.
Because we had discussed that I could theoretically, because that helps you diagnose problems, I could theoretically use it to find weak points. And I didn't know if that was just like, there are no problems with this, but would I still get a diagnostic, basically, of like, here's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
has.
you would be able to easily tell, like, okay, this thing's wheels are disabled, the camera there is busted, things like that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to necessarily give you a breakdown of all of the subsystems identities per se.
Okay.
You'll have to do that a little more directly, but your mechanical and computer aptitudes overlap enough that just a flat -2. So it'll be perception and investigation difficulty 4 instead of 6.
Okay.
Everybody else who's moving bodies, closest woods are about a half mile away, still within visual range though, so they are easy to pick out. And with that many people working together, the bodies that are extant on the exterior, you guys can start to maneuver those and get them at least stashed across the way.
How many turns is it going to take me to go in, get these bodies, and drag them out?
You don't have any rage to burn currently, right?
I do not have rage to burn. No.
Okay.
Unless getting burned makes me angry, or I will actually. I will take. I will make an argument for I might have 1 rage because Dakota killed the guy.
I can give you a rage for that.
Okay, I have 1 rage to spend.
Okay. They're not that far away, so it'll probably take you 2 turns with being able to burn a rage to get both bodies out.
So I have to make 2 soak rolls of
You'll have to make
3 ag damage.
So you'll have, well, it's not just ag damage. You'll have to make 2 stamina rolls at difficulty. Let me look at the intensity of the fire here.
Yeah, no, to be clear, yes. You said
Right.
it was difficulty, right? It was
7 was the one you
3.
said.
7, yeah, because it's not quite an electrical fire
Yeah.
heat, I don't think. So yeah.
Sorry,
So
when
2
I said soak
Mhm.
rolls, I meant I have to, yes. That.
Yep. So you have to make 2 stamina rolls at difficulty 7.
I spent a willpower, so it's 1 success. I spent my
Okay.
last willpower, so I've lost the wolf that I couldn't turn into.
Oh, Aiden.
Oh,
Fine. That means
So-
I take 3 ag,
So you take 3 aggravated damage,
and I take 3 ag.
and you take another 3
I have
aggravated
6
damage.
aggravated fire damage.
Yep.
which
Oh,
puts you at
no.
what?
6. I was completely uninjured. I'm fucked up once I get out, but I'm.
Yeah, he takes 6 out of 7 health levels doing that. But
Yes.
Yep. But
Yep.
he's still conscious. He didn't
Yeah.
go unconscious. He
Yeah,
didn't
no,
do
he
Correct.
anything.
didn't. Right. Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
Aiden goes in, drags, just walks full body in, fire roaring around him, and just grits his teeth. Who do you go for first?
Big one.
Okay, yeah, go in, sink claws into the stump of the neck. Remember that you also have to grab the head.
Yep.
You know,
Gross.
drag that out, and then go back in.
Go
and
back in, grab the
the enticer is a lot lighter,
Yep.
which is good because you're already feeling like, yeah, there's just
Just walk out
char up.
actually on, like, just flames coming
yes,
off.
right, yep, yeah, no,
Drop it
actually-
down.
right.
So
You
know
have
what?
never seen Aiden's in Krynos form. Aiden is currently almost entirely hairless, and there's just deep black charring on the flesh.
It'll heal.
So-
Ingvar would have been present once the body was thrown out of the fire to grab the larger body and start carrying it because.
Well, first you have to stamp on it a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
Put the fire out a little bit.
Yep.
And then drag it away into the
Yep.
woods.
So
and then-
I,
Go ahead.
I'm just pointing this out for the view for the players and the viewers. Grania is not going to make any mention of this. I have the Master of Fire gift, so I would have been the best person to go get those bodies, but I can't transform into Krynos right now.
Yep. So
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. Okay, so Aiden is out of the building with the last body. Yeah, Moriko is going to.
Aiden walks out, drops the drops the corpse. He'll get to that in a
Mhm.
minute, and then just almost comically slow, drop to knee, drop down, and start rolling.
Yeah. So she's going to follow the roll after
Aiden, I'm
he
gonna
is-
need you to make a willpower roll, difficulty 8.
Okay,
Ooh.
it's fine.
Boy. It's fine. This
Willpower's
is
not too
fine.
bad.
It's fine. This is fine. No problems.
Okay. You manage to do that about 3 times before the pain takes over so much and you can't move.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Moriko's
you
going-
have been fucked up before. You have never been this
Legit.
so entirely surrounded by searing physical agony.
Okay. Yeah, no, Mordecai is going to approach. She is going to pat him out at whatever is remaining of the last little bits of just, I mean, she'll just literally take her shirt off if necessary, if he's actually still like actively on fire. She's just gonna shirt off, pat, 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 pat. And
Okay.
then she's gonna use her last gnosis of Mother's Touch. She's definitely spending a willpower on this one. Which puts her down one more, and this is her last gnosis, so she is out of gnosis. And then she's rolling Mother's Touch. What's the difficulty?
Mother's Touch.
It's the person's rage, but then there's also that weird thing of if they don't have rage, it's 5, but that doesn't make any sense.
Right. How much current rage does
Aiden has 0.
Aiden has burned it all, right?
Yeah.
So that would just be at the 5 then, I believe. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. But okay.
I assume
She
it's
gets
because
1
you're-
success because
I
she
assume
spent
it's
the
because
willpower.
you're coaxing their regenerative abilities into overdrive, and if they don't have any rage, they don't have the ability to tap into that naturally, so it's harder for you to generate it.
She has 1 success,
Okay.
and she is out.
Yep. All right. So you heal 1 damage.
Good enough.
Okay. Grania, since you've lost the wolf, you cannot you are stuck in breed form.
I was already stuck in breed form.
Yeah. You cannot currently regain any rage until you regain at least 1 point of willpower. Okay.
So yeah, 1 success on my search for.
So as you're looking around, there's a little bit of standard paperwork in here, but in terms of tech, it looks like anything here was locally transmitted. There doesn't seem to be any like recording device in the vehicle itself. There's a comm suite. Best you can tell with that is that anything that was recorded was sent to another location for storage. They're not recording anything in the truck.
Is there any? This is all very quick. Just like estimating it at glance, and if it seems not possible, then just wrecking it. Is there any way to remove enough of the to remove a receiver or a transmitter from the comm suite that would let me sort of figure out how information was translated back, so I can figure out most likely where it went? Is there like a box, like if it was
there's
a CB,
there's
like
the
a CB
dash,
radio,
like
the radio itself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the radio itself, kind of thing. It's not a CB radio, but yes, you can figure out where the transmitter hardware here is. And yeah.
Can I just
go ahead and give me a dexterity crafts difficulty 6?
All right.
Your explosive specialty does not apply.
Does my preternatural grace apply?
No. This is just how fast can you yank a car radio, basically.
Question. Could I argue dexterity technology for my industrial sabotage?
Okay.
It's less good. It's less of a good roll. But it gives me.
But you do have a potential specialty. Yep.
Yeah. Oh. Dexterity.
Oh, and Sal's car definitely took the brunt of a lot of that fire explosive, and it is entirely disabled.
Half car. We have
Yep.
Grania's car.
Tires melted. That whole shenanigan.
Yeah, my car's back in Denver.
That's not going to be happy.
Oh, yeah. Do we have a car to leave?
Nope.
Nope. You can get out. You can get through the gauntlet potentially.
How's my
but
bike?
That's about it.
Where did you park it?
Really quick, what was
Difficulty
the
6 for
hard mechanical aptitude apply?
Yeah.
Oh, difficulty 4.
Yep. Jeremy, yeah, where'd you park your
I
bike?
feel like probably, I don't know,
7 successes.
in the vicinity.
Yoink, leaving.
Yep. If it was parked within 90 feet of the house, which I assume it probably was, it's toast.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Bodies are being disposed. A little bit of tech is lifted from the vehicle, and choppers are on the way. That's where we're going to take a break.
All right. If you're watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, grab some food. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur story, now featuring breast knuckles.
One thing that we skipped over was that around the time that Aiden got back to the house before walking into the fire, carrying the arm, Sal looked him in the eyes and said, "Hey, boss, can you lend me a hand here, or do you need me to lend you?" Okay, anyway, now that we've covered that,
So proud.
Did Craig text you that, Jack?
no, I just know my player very well.
Fair.
Very good.
But yeah, so Aiden is looking like somebody tried to grill him as a sausage for breakfast. And you've probably got about 5 minutes by chopper sound before somebody is here.
Have we been moving into the woods, or are we
Yeah,
still? At
that
the
was
house?
covered
Okay,
at
yeah.
roughly around the time that Aiden was walking into the fire.
Get everything we can and let's go.
Yep. let's go.
Ingvar is hauling the big one into the woods.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Aiden's
I'll come
got
up
the
and-
small one.
Start helping move bodies.
Okay. All right.
Goes just literally following the crowd, ready to
Okay.
knock someone over into the gauntlet if they can't shift back into Hamid.
But you guys start making your way west across a great deal of open territory, but it's still like it's pretty heavily grown. So, you know, if push comes to shove, you'd be able to fall prone and probably be more or less invisible.
While we're moving, since both Ingvar and Aiden seem kind of fucked up right now,
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
It's
fine.
Look over. Hey, Dakota, do you think you could range ahead a little bit and see if we can find a cave or something?
Sure, no problem. Dakota will go look out for somewhere for cover.
Give me a perception and survival, difficulty 6.
I was like, Mordecai probably goes with her.
Okay.
I was like, there's no,
You can make that roll as well.
I was like, what was it?
Perception and survival, difficulty 6.
3 successes.
3
So you said
successes, okay?
6, yeah.
Yes.
And for perception, this would be Elfi specialty apply.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I almost rolled the wrong one. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. 4 successes.
So between the two of you, this is not really cave sort of terrain.
Mhm.
Best you can do is a really deep ditch, which you do find. Are you
No,
there's a couple places you think you could stash it on the field, or you could wait until you get to actual tree cover, though.
I thought we were in mountains, so there might be a cave or so or two. But
You're in the mountains, but mountains
Yeah.
don't work like
yeah,
you're in foothills right here with mountains literally right next to you, but it's a
Gotcha,
mile or
gotcha.
two before you get to the mountains, which is where most of your tree cover is.
Mhm.
The rest of it's kind of scrub chaparral.
I'm basically just looking for something that's far enough away that we can bunker down until the sound of choppers gets further away, just so that helicopters don't see us as they're going over towards the fire. So if it's a ditch that looks like if it's a ditch that looks like I could very quickly camouflage,
Mhm.
then that'd be
Not very quickly. And if you're looking to make sure that the helicopters have the least chance of seeing you, getting under tree cover would be your very safest bet.
Yeah, so since it doesn't seem to be anything else, yeah, pushing towards trees.
Okay. So yeah, you push into to some tree cover. You have to cross another road or two. It's more of like a farm / ranch kind of forest road than an actual road. Like it's not paved or anything. But you cross a couple of those and get into a couple little copse of trees, and bunker down with your cargo of corpses.
Gross.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Corpse Cargo is my Death Clock cover band.
Okay.
look and see at the
I can appreciate
various stuff that we, bits and pieces of stuff that we have.
Mhm.
I'm looking for anything that I'm looking for anything. If we manage to recover anything, any of my chemicals would be great. But other than that, if we manage to recover anything, either acidic or anything particularly anything like sweet, either acidic, either something that's actually like acidic, or something that would like attract forest creatures.
Jeremy, would Aiden keep any food in his little bag, his backpack? Okay, you have neither.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So
anything like that would have to be acquired.
all right.
There's definitely a bottle of something, but there is no food.
Looking around at what we've got and where we're at, is there any roll I could make to come up with something that I could scavenge together to make either something that would quicken decomposition on these bodies, so like something that would actively degrade them at a structural level, based on what we've got near, what resources are at hand, or something that would make it easier to hide their scent?
Not really, no.
Okay.
You guys are kind of at your very bare minimums. You've got your clothes and your weapons, and that's about it. Plus whatever's in Aiden's bag and a computer and a couple knickknacks that Ingvar had been working on for the bear spirit.
Well, in that case, look over at the rest of the group. Anybody got a survival knife or something?
Oh, there's probably one of those in the bag. Not depending on, not like full fledged. There's shit in the hand.
Oh,
I had a Bowie
speaking of knives, would that battle count as one of the battles that I owe Webcutter?
No, you were not fighting Weaver creatures. They are very specifically worm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he will reach in and pull out a decently sized knife.
Grab it. I'm gonna start using using a survival knife, and if somebody has a Bowie knife, I'll take that too. I'm gonna use this to start digging holes.
Okay.
It's gonna take long because I don't have a shovel, but
I'm still in Crino, so I'm gonna start digging with claws.
Alex?
Yeah, I can help dig.
Yeah, cool.
Dakota can help dig.
We need some people to keep an eye out.
That's
And
gonna
not
be
too
Mordico
many-
for sure.
Not too many people digging, because too much motion, too much sound is going to give us away. So if you're big right now, chill for a bit.
Yeah, Mordico's going to be the one keeping an eye out. Absolutely.
Okay. Perception and alertness difficulty, you're kind of distant at this point. Difficulty 7.
Because
And
Krynos don't dig quiet.
elf eyes apply.
Yeah.
Perception and alertness.
Nothing. I have a success and a failure because my wound modifier.
That's
broke.
4 10s.
Damn.
Yeah, so
So-
that's 8 successes.
8 successes.
8 successes.
Delightful.
So Moriko, you post up, right? Yeah,
Legolas style.
with your fucking telescope eyes.
Uh-huh.
Elf, what do
You
your elf eyes
see-
see?
Yeah, let's find out. They're taking
You
the
see
Hobbit
3
style.
helicopters come in.
Uh-huh.
The first one, dark colored, hovers over, and you see people rappel down out. And then about 5 or 10 minutes later, you see 2 more, this time with more what you would consider fire department colors come in, and they start handling the burning structure.
Mhm.
The initial one, you see the figures go back up into the helicopter, climbing on the ropes, and then it lifts up, and it's taking that armored vehicle away.
Okay, she's definitely reporting that as it's happening in the
Mhm.
most boring possible description.
Yeah,
But yeah, she's reporting it as
But
it's
yeah.
happening.
the fire choppers have been there for maybe a minute, and the other one has already evac'd the armored vehicle.
I've still got that earpiece in.
Mhm.
Have I received any? Have I heard anything over it?
Nothing. Nope.
Okay.
dead comm.
Really quickly going to grab all the comms off the other bodies that we've got and check and
Okay.
see if they're all on the same channel or if any of them are on a different channel.
As you're testing,
not-
how are you testing that?
I'm looking like
just looking to see in the read?
like mute, and looking at the thing.
Yep, all of them are on the same channel.
Okay, so this was a squad. So this is squad comms, not.
Once they knew they were dead, they switched channels.
So in that case, while digging, I'm going to basically dig, click, and I'm just going to cycle through as many channels on this receiver as I can to see if I pick up anything that stands out.
Give me an intelligence and technology difficulty 7.
Computer aptitude apply.
Yeah. So difficulty 5.
Intelligence technology.
Technically, this is mechanics aptitude, but you got both, so it doesn't matter.
Both. Four successes.
So as you kind of test the capabilities of this system,
If
you start to pull.
Applies. That's more, but yeah.
Not really in this case.
Yeah.
This is more of figuring out something's function, not necessarily just These would be very easy to break. You use a rock or a hammer. But you figure out that these are fairly short range. In terms of what they can receive, but they do have a link in to a base option. Your assumption with that many successes is these served as squad comms for the people who were on the squad, but whatever was said and heard, but whatever was transmitted along that probably went into that box and was also routed to a more distant station elsewhere.
Okay. So since I pulled the box out, it wasn't getting routed back. And so even if I hadn't, so the fact that I didn't get a chance to mute them earlier than this wouldn't have compromised our position. All right.
Not your current position, no.
Yeah. All right. So checking. All right. So these are squad comms. When we get to a place where I can sit down, I can take apart this radio and see which base it was sending information back to. Anybody that was in the back of that truck, you got seen on camera live in real time by someone at a base somewhere. So I hope you smiled.
No, I assumed that was going to be the case. Now let's finish this up. Let's get out of here. Figure out how to fucking get out of here.
Once we got rid of these, we just find a road and walk for a bit.
No, they're going to be searching this area. Once we finish up with these, we need to go umbral.
Say Mordecai's already going to be trying to activate her mirror shades.
Okay.
And that's a gnosis roll, right?
Uh-huh.
Why do I always forget what roll this is? Does my brain not want to know this? Pool mod, nothing. Difficulty what?
For the mirror shades, I think it's difficulty 7.
I want to say 7, yeah.
Yes, difficulty 7.
3 successes.
3
Yay.
successes. Easy peasy.
Boy. All right. Are we heading out at the moment? Is that what Aiden was?
Once we finish burying.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, so we're not
guarding.
spending the rest of this time just talking about how we bury the bodies.
Right,
You
exactly.
bury,
Okay.
you bury
bodies.
the bodies.
So we bury the bodies.
yeah.
Mordecai gathers the children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's probably actually gonna, let's see. She spend a willpower on this? Yeah, because she can't fail. This is not a fail situation. Yeah, so she'll spend a willpower. She's putting her real low on willpower here, but there's no way she would allow this to fail.
Okay.
All right. Crossing over. Why don't I have that as a thing? Oh, I roll gnosis.
You roll
again?
gnosis
Yeah.
again? Yep. Difficulty 5.
Yep, two
So,
successes.
2 successes. All righty. So within about half a minute, you guys all step through and are once again on the umbral side. The trees are a little taller. Everything's a little richer in terms of the vegetation and the environment. It's a little more wild, a little more primal, a little more intense, and you are in the Umbra. And there's a little bit of a relax of breath, as you know that pretty much nobody who's looking for you is probably going to be able to see, much less follow you in here.
And if they can, then it's even the even worse situation.
Right. Yep.
And we're not thinking about that.
We're just not going there.
Could
All right.
could I have done anything? Could I have memorized either? Could I have memorized the spot where we buried them, like, or any significant like way to get back to it?
Give me an intelligence and alertness roll, difficulty 7.
Cool. Does my, I mean, I would my concentration merit help with that at all?
No, not in this case.
I could probably smell this out again. It reeks.
No, you can. You are not one
Yeah,
of the ones.
right.
Yeah.
Aiden, Dakota, and Grania are the ones who don't have a sense of smell currently.
Diff 7, you said?
Also, diff 7. Yep. Also, stepping sideways, none of the
One
gear
success.
that you guys got off of them was dedicated, so that would all have to be left behind.
Fine.
That's why I want to know how to get back there, because I need to get my sniper rifle.
You've got a decent idea. Like, if it's in the middle of a storm and also after sunset, you're gonna have harder time trying to find it. But by and large, you've got a decent idea of where this is.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna have to get back up here later to more permanently get rid of those bodies and also retrieve that gear,
Yes.
because that radio is going to be crucial. Also, my laptop wasn't dedicated, so it got left behind too. Are we sure we want to leave via the Umbra?
We're going to get picked up otherwise. I don't like it. I'm leaving something there too. But there's not a better option right now. We don't have any vehicles left. We don't. And we need to find somewhere to be. Somewhere far away from where we currently are.
Somewhere that we're not paying to get into. Because purchase receipts are things that they can track.
That's what no-tell motels are for. You pay by cash.
I do still have my tree stump.
Where is your tree stump is the problem.
Actually, yes, where's my tree stump? It's like, where is it again, Jack?
Back in Denver somewhere.
I was like, it's near Denver. It's near the city.
I was gonna say, was it near the cairn?
I mean, I know that she doesn't stay very close to the cairn, but yeah, she's probably within range of it, honestly. That was something that she's had for a while.
Yeah. So that's the other side of Denver from where you're at right now.
Yep. And then she'll say, I can make another good tree stump. It's true.
Honestly, I think we're probably gonna be better off getting like buying or stealing an RV. I don't know that we want to stay in one place too very long with people hunting you from the Sept and these guys hunting us from out here.
Are we all gonna fit in an RV?
No.
It's big enough.
It's big enough, but no.
Be on top of each other.
It's not that's the problem. We're rage monsters. We will kill each other.
Have you only ever like been in teeny tiny Winnebagos? Do y'all not have like big fucking Land Cruisers where you're from?
Okay, did you not see what like happened between like Sal and everyone else, like in a normal sized house?
I
pointedly left at that point. Grins.
I've been in a subway car alone with somebody and been annoyed at them, and it was not big enough. We're I mean, some of us more rage monstery than the rest of us.
Yeah, but hopefully we can rein that in a little bit while we're actively being hunted down on both sides. Just enough to be safe.
External pressures like that are not going to make us less calm. But regardless, once we get across the other side, back to the other side, I really don't like doing this, but I can potentially call other Dakota and see if she has any ideas of where we can lay low. It's the only thing that I can think of currently, other than going to the shittiest motel in the outer suburbs.
I will posit this to you. Anywhere that we interact with people is going to run us a risk of discovery.
You're right.
Is there a reason not to stay in the wilderness out of sight until we are fully healed?
Oh, until we're fully healed? No, it's actually a good idea to stay in the wilderness as much as possible. Just not the wilderness where we are right now. Because that's exactly, if they know how injured some of us are, that's exactly what the worm's forces are going to expect us to do, and they will come to finish the job.
How contiguous are the forests around here?
They're carved up by roads primarily.
Okay.
But so you guys were, the vacation home where you guys were at was literally like 3 miles from the actual, what you would consider more or less the border of the Front Range, where things turn from foothills into mountains. Once you hit those mountains, it's pretty contiguous except for the roads.
How viable would it be for a pack of wolves to strap? Obviously someone in Hamid has to do the work manual, but like to strap the equipment that we need to carry to them and just move into the forest and away from this location?
If you have the materials to strap it, yeah.
They had I'm assuming they had like, tack vests and shit. That's all we
Cannibalize
need.
their gear, take any rope that we've got, like make some rope out of any vines that are nearby, just enough to strap gear.
It's
and
not
run.
really a vine type of
We-
forest.
Fine. I've
There-
been up in
there
I mean,
are-
I'm from Georgia. There are vines fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
around
no,
here.
you guys live in
Yep.
Kudzu Town. That's different.
No, it's different. No. is,
Yeah.
Well, are you saying there are places without kudzu?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a
Crazy, I know. But
I do have a mechanics question with the right of the cardboard palace. Is that possible to make multiple palaces? Can everybody have their own palace, or is this a? I mean,
Conceivably.
yeah, but like it's not limited by it. It's just a if she succeeds or if she doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can set up a whole fucking, like, you find enough hollow logs, everybody can have their own real nice hollow log.
It definitely says something about a lean-to, if I remember that correctly.
mhm.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
as long
go
as she's
into
fine-
Hamid and make a lean-to.
Hikal literally did it with like cardboard boxes.
He
Yeah.
did it with
Mhm.
pillows.
He did it with
once.
fucking couch cushions and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, like I
couch
said, like
cushions
that. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah,
I
she is
think-
serious that she will just make everybody their own cardboard palace.
Yeah. mhm.
I feel like there's probably enough detritus in the area to strap a rifle in a box to someone, and like the backpack can be like hooked on someone, and like the
Yeah, no,
stuff
you
in the
could rip up some of the clothes off the corpses, braid it together, and
Are we
make yourself
waiting
something
to
tieable.
say- Yeah.
If we want to retrieve that gear and just make ourselves disappear, we could strap it to ourselves and lupus and then go deeper into the forest and disappear. And that would prevent us from having to come back to the place potentially after the worm tainted have combed it and found any of our
Elves.
belongings.
I think they might. All of that stuff smells. If they know what their own, if they can track that, I think
What do you mean it smells?
Maybe.
It reeks.
Worm.
They're more likely to find their worm tainted.
Still can't smell
bodies.
anything, Grunny.
They're more likely to find their worm tainted bodies than anything of the gear they were carrying first, though. Which means if we leave our equipment there and they start combing, they'll find that before we come back for it.
Can you like? That's something you can like soap off?
No.
I mean, like off the guns.
I know
Probably not.
a rite of cleansing, but
You
it's
can
usually
cleanse,
for
yeah.
doing like land. I can try it.
It'll do it. No, it'll do it.
I know
But
that right.
Oh well, then I mean, yeah, we get the gear somewhere else. We cleanse it. We relax in a hot spring for a few days. I
it's a
doubt we're
lot
gonna
of
find a
effort
hot
for
spring,
them. But at the very least, our stuff, which is not worm tainted, we need to make off with.
The longer we wait, the more likely they comb and find their
You're
bodies
right.
and our equipment.
You're right. All right. Let's go camping.
it'll be fun.
Are we heading back across the gauntlet? Is
I was a
basically what's
Boy
being
Scout.
said?
It's not going to be fun. I have experience.
I was never in the Scouts.
Where it goes. I have to activate the mirror shades each time, right?
Or is it once per scene?
Or is it? Yeah, I mean we're still in the same location, but we
You're
did
still in the
change
same
location.
location. We'll say they're still activated. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
As Grania says, she was never in the Scouts. She gets a look on her face like she wants to correct herself, but then doesn't.
All right, and what was the difficulty?
With the shades activated, 5.
3 successes.
Yep, you guys just right back across.
Grab shit and go.
Yeah, Mordecai will change.
I
Be one of the
I
people
will-
who changes into a lupus.
I
Immediately.
will. I will tie. I will use the attack vests to hook as many people up as I can, and then I will follow on foot.
Yeah, Aiden is staying Krynos.
Dakota's gonna stay Lupus.
Ingvar will see if she can shift to lupus.
Also, we definitely need to get like if we can get a message to Will if they got like a sawbones or something, because I've got a bullet in my side that really hurts.
Ingvar will shift to lupus and have whatever needs to be strapped to her.
Aiden staying Krynos, Alex is too.
Okay.
Actually, she'll shift to
If you've
because we're moving through forest primarily. She'll shift to Hispo just for the extra strength and stamina.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say
I'm not
this
putting us further in debt to Will, but we have a knife. I will get it out of you.
Cool. Field
If you
surgery?
give me some time, I will try to help.
For sure. We need this silver. The quicker the silver we can get out, the better. But we're not doing it
Yes.
now because we're not leaving a blood trail
Yes.
any worse than we already
I'm gonna
have.
say we're already leaving.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if you cut open the
Yeah,
wound,
no,
to
I
pull
know,
it
I
out.
know, I know, I
Okay.
know.
All right, so we are
So yeah,
running.
I'll strap
in-
everything,
Yeah.
strap as much of it as we can to as many people as we
Yep.
can, and I'll carry whatever's left.
All right.
I need fire and I need water for the right.
So river, look for a river.
Yeah.
Mordecai will look back at the burning building
For-
and say
for the
nothing.
record, what exactly in terms of the gear are we even looking at? We're looking at this sniper rifle, which I know Grania wants.
Sniper rifle, radio,
Ammo.
my
Radios.
totems that I need to
Art
plant
do
on
not
the
need to
mountain.
be cleansed. I'm
No,
talking
the-
about
the-
what
don't-
needs to be
Oh,
cleansed.
that needs to be cleansed is the sniper and the radio, or not even the radio needs to be cleansed, but maybe
The sniper rifle, the radio is in the truck, so it probably needs to be cleansed. The sniper rifle, the radio, the squad comms, the tack gear that we're carrying in general. If we want to carry it, they had body armor.
I don't think we want to keep. I don't think we want to keep the squad comms.
I want to keep them because it's gonna give me a little bit of extra bits and pieces that I can use to salvage for something else. And if any of them survive this little camping trip, I can possibly use it to interface with their camp communications when we get closer, because it was definitely linked to them at one point.
If we need to interface with communications, I could just do that with my phone.
That's what I'm.
You can do that with your phone, and so can I. There are benefits to doing it the old-fashioned way, though.
There absolutely are.
Right.
Let's take this stuff with us. We can't take the time to do the cleansing ritual now. They will find us.
Yeah.
I don't like carrying them with, but in their current state, but we're not gonna die by a little worm taint on us for a bit.
Yeah.
We can cleanse ourselves too.
So Mordecai knows.
Or Alex can cleanse us.
Mordecai knows the territory fairly well. I think she'd be the one who would probably start looking for where she knows, at least vaguely, the correct direction to start schlepping.
Okay.
What would you want for that one?
Are you for determining where to go? Would be intelligence, right? Yeah. To intelligence and survival difficulty. She's familiar with the area. 5.
Intelligence, and you said survival.
Survival. Yep.
Why do I keep pushing?
You guys go out in the woods. There's going to be a lot of survival rolls.
Why do I? Okay, let me just use a different thing. That's not working. I keep clicking the wrong one. Intelligence and survival difficulty 5.
5. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I've got 2 dots in survival.
Pigeon pattern probably doesn't apply.
No.
She hasn't seen this exactly. Ooh, 2 successes.
All right. What does Mordecai think she's looking for specifically in terms of objective target? What does she want to find?
I mean, ideally, what they're looking for is a place to camp for the night. Stop, be unseen, not in an easy to detect area from, say, a helicopter, because they definitely know they have that. So she's looking for the place where they would be able to go that is not going to have a lot of hikers, people walking around, not too close to a road, not too easily seen from above.
Okay.
And at the same time would still give her opportunities to find lean-to potential trees. That's what she's looking for. In any direction that would be reasonable for the group. That the last time she went out hiking with them, they had to run at about 5 miles an hour. So keep that in mind, that she has a low opinion of how far they can run, even though in reality they can probably run quite a bit more.
With 2 successes, by your best estimation, you're going to want to head about 3-4 miles due northwest.
She's gonna, Aiden, I think for what you want, we need to go that way.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to need everybody to make stamina and survival rolls. Make sure you're in the right form and you have the right number of wounds.
Yes. Yeah, and she will try to get out in front, but not necessarily in front of Aiden if he goes first.
Okay.
You said stamina and survival? What am I?
Stamina and survival difficulty 6. Yep.
I keep clicking the wrong thing.
1 dot in survival finally becomes relevant.
Is this an endurance thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then, yeah.
Sorry, what diff again?
6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so this is stamina and survival. So yeah, I'm assuming unbreakable applies for stamina.
Sure.
Yeah, 5 successes.
5 for Moriko.
I got 2.
2 for Aiden.
3.
3 for Dakota.
Again?
6.
6.
5.
5 for Ingvar.
Oh,
it's not a botch.
It's not a botch.
There's a 10.
Right. Alex for boxcars. 3. So Grania is your limiting factor. But with that many successes in the group, you guys honestly do make fairly good time. It's difficult for Grania a little bit because she's in Hamid form, which is the least physically capable of the forms for werewolves. And Aiden, of course, is still mostly hairless and can't help but wince anytime a leaf brushes against his exposed flesh.
Yep.
Because, you know, or there's a slight breeze, or someone thinks about him too hard.
Sal.
But you guys managed to make fairly decent progress. The air is thin, especially as you start climbing these mountains. Mariko, you teach him anybody who doesn't know, you teach them how to contour a slope, so that you're not constantly gaining and losing elevation. And you guys slowly, steadily make your way deeper into the Front Range. And eventually, as the sun begins to drop down behind the mountains, find yourself in a fairly heavily wooded region of a reentrant. There's you cross down. There's a seasonal stream that is currently dry, but you can tell that water runs down through here anytime that there's significant rain or the snow thaws. And find a fairly sheltered area, at least by the terrain, that you might be able to post up for the night. You haven't seen any roads or pathways or hiking trails in at least a mile or two. And it seems to be pretty well secluded and very dark. Like those of you that are used to city life, it is dark.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
If you're in Lupus, you probably kind of have a fairly decent sense. Grania, this might be the pitchiest black dark you've seen at night in a very long time, if not ever.
Yeah.
Just you know, from the darkness behind somewhere, muttering softly. Oh, this reminds me of that one time in a gym.
But you're at about 7,200 feet above sea level, and the wind ripping down this valley is pretty damn cold.
Good.
Mordecai's probably going to try to shift to Hamid, I think is what she's going for.
Okay.
Once we find the place to set down, just drops down, goes back to Hamid. Ow.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ow.
3 successes.
I'll
She's
try and
in-
shift.
Well- What do we roll to shift?
Primal urge and stamina.
Yep. Difficulty of whatever form you're in. If you're in Lupus, it's 6. If you're in Hispo, it's 7.
Oh wait, I was in Stanford.
If you're in the big 3, it's 6. If you're in the
Yeah,
big
if
four,
you're
Yeah.
Hamid Krynos or Lupus, it's 6. If
And I
you're
got
in any of them hybrids, it's 7.
I got 3, so I went up to Glabros, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, that's close enough. That's not important.
Right.
In Glabro, Mordecai is going to start trying to construct some lean-tos,
Okay.
and she is going to at least get, as soon as she gets one lean-to kind of thing going on, she's going to try and make it a cardboard palace.
All right.
Aiden will set up a fire pit. Shut up, Siri. Aiden will set up a fire pit and then hand the tools off to somebody else.
Mhm.
The tools being
His
The-
lighter.
I mean, the tools being no, because you can set up stones and everything properly. You take some kindling, etc., 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 bark shavings, so on,
Yeah.
and
Here,
piece of
I got this.
paper.
Jesus Christ.
I got this.
Piece of paper, lighter, go to town.
I will.
Pull
set
back.
fire.
Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Start the fire. Hands it over.
Yes, I'm gonna run all the way into Denver to start a
Mhm.
fire.
So that's 6 successes on that cardboard palace. It's a really nice palace.
Generally, when you are suffering from massive burns, you do not want to be the person starting the fire.
She's gonna finish that lean-to, make it a cardboard palace, and she's going to say, Aiden, you should take a rest, and point to
Yep.
her cardboard palace.
Awesome. I am going to rest right I appreciate that. I will roll my way in there, not literally. I will crawl in a moment. First of all, actually, Grania, the lighter, please.
I will toss the lighter over. I don't need it anyways.
All right. This sits back. All right, now that we have a moment to catch our breath. Ingvar, break it down. How'd we do?
Ingvar shifts back into Hamid form. Considering we were ambushed very soundly and assaulted by enemies with weapons designed to kill us, we did surprisingly well. However, there are some things to note. First, she looks over to Dakota. Do you know what went wrong in that fight?
You're probably mad at me because I ran off on my own.
No.
Okay. Then no.
You didn't accomplish anything. You split your focus.
How did I not accomplish? I murdered.
When someone was injured, you ran to assist them. Not
Mhm.
having the medical skills to be the one that could properly assist them, you acted on the immediate reaction to just go and be there.
I helped
rather than
stop the bleeding.
Rather than committing to that and staying there, you then went to run to the combat. If you had committed to one or the other, you would have been contributing as much as you could. Splitting your focus like that, yes, you managed to rip a man's arm off, but that was a man that already had people piling on him.
But at that point, Sal was taken care of and Moriko had it covered.
Whereas in that situation, knowing that we have a Theurge, you could have left the seeing to his wounds to the Theurge and joined the fight.
To be clear, to intervene here
I
really
did-
quick. Nobody is pissed at anyone.
No, there is no
I'm
anger
just
here.
confused.
This is just, nobody's even saying necessarily that anybody did things specifically wrong. This is the breakdown of what we could have done differently.
Exactly. The thing is,
I get exactly what you were trying to do, and it all makes sense. Ingvar's just trying to explain how, with a clearer head, which in certain situations is impossible, we get, but with a clearer head, this is how it could have been done differently.
and obviously making this kind of snap decision is not easy.
Right.
But in the situation as it was laid out, if it was to be carried out optimally, Moriko would have immediately run to Sal's assistance, being the person who has the capacity for real healing, and you would have joined the fight.
But she didn't.
Because the time that let me finish. The time that you were out of the fight is time that we were fighting as a pack of individual counting 1, 2, 3, 4, as a pack of 5 rather than 6.
But someone needed to be with Sal.
Moriko did.
But she
As the
wasn't
individual who
there.
could heal. She was literally right behind you.
She was going.
No, she didn't come up until I said he was dying.
That he would not have been there alone. I was fully aware of the situation and knew that someone needed to check on him. But you are not a medic.
No, but I still hope so.
You did.
You
But
did, and you did a good job with it.
You did an excellent job. But in a situation like that, we need to commit to our task. And running up and then running back down meant that you were only involved in that fight with that last individual.
Okay.
If I might offer a suggestion, all of us just got the shit kicked out of us, and all of us are tired. Not that I don't appreciate the review, but could it wait until we've all at least had a little bit of rest so we can process it better? Because I'm not going to remember fuck.
While this has been going on, Mordecai has just been making little tiny lean-tos, and she has successfully created 7 cardboard palaces in the background,
Yep.
just watching while making in a way that makes it seem like she's definitely done this way more than 7 times that she's made little cardboard palaces out of lean-tos. There are now
Aiden-
7 tiny little cardboard palaces
Yep.
all around.
And you don't have any gnosis to spend, right?
Me? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't make anyone heal. Nope.
Okay. So,
Not one.
but Aiden's will last for almost a week.
Correct.
The most of the others will last for 2 or 3 days. The last 2 will last for
Yeah.
about 24 hours.
Yeah. Most of them are just temporary, but yeah.
Mhm.
The point I'm trying to make here is that either committing to defending or committing to attacking would have done more to assist than splitting your focus.
To answer the can we do this later, we can't, because now is the best time for it, not necessarily because things might get absorbed best.
But because
But
we have things to
because
do when we're rested.
We have things to do, and also, and I'm speaking for myself in this instance too, because I'm sure there's things I could have done better. If we wait forever, if we wait a night, let everybody get rest, we're all going to be thinking about what we did, and we are going to be coming up with defenses. You do it as soon as you can after, so we're more open to the idea of these critiques.
And don't think that I'm just harping on you, Dakota. I have things
No.
for everyone.
We all fucked up in small ways. We all did
This-
well, I think, personally.
Oh yes, this went very well, all things considered.
But we
Solid
all
B
also
plus.
did small things. Or not so small things in some cases, I would imagine.
But for instance, on the defensive front, you bandaged Sal's wounds, and that was it. And on the offensive front, you ripped a man's arm off, and that was it. Neither of those were bad, but that was the extent of it because you had to run from the defensive position to the offensive position, which split the amount of time that you were involved in the fight.
What else is there, Ingvar?
Yes, moving on. I just wanted to make sure it was understood and not...
Get it?
As far as Moriko, there was a lot of holding back.
Yes. I do not know what any of you can do. So,
Neither do we. But in a moment when our lives are on the line is not the time to hold back.
that is not, I do not have the ability to do many things. What I can be is used correctly. I did not know your Galliard could not heal. So when she went, I assumed. When you were attacked, I aided. When our Alpha was attacked, I aided. When I was not sure, I held. If you
At
are
a moment-
uncomfortable giving orders, I will act, but I would rather be directed by someone who knows what they're doing than make a guess and guess incorrectly.
I can direct you as well. I can direct you as well as you need me to. However, if there is hesitation on following those orders, that's going to cause a moment of lapse, and that's going to...
Did I hesitate?
I instructed you to get those bodies out of the fire, did I not?
I cannot go into fire.
I
And
look
not
over at Aiden. Someone certainly did.
Yeah,
I cannot
fucking-
heal myself.
I'm actually gonna side with Morocco on this. I knew that Morocco could probably heal me. none of us have the ability to heal her. That's a gift that one of us probably should pick up at some point, but we didn't. I understand that reason.
And I understand it as well, but
And that was not in combat, if I may.
you are correct. However, hesitation, even when I can't order you every single instant, especially while I am.
Did you
especially
order
while I'm
me to
organizing
help the
everything.
Alpha? Did you order me to get that knee of the Bane you fought?
No.
I will not hesitate if any of you are in danger. But when I am not sure what you need of me, I will ask,
And that is good.
as I did.
However, I'm not saying that you did poorly. I am saying
No.
that you held back.
Yes, and I am telling you, I will not stop holding back when I do not know what to do. I would rather let a moment pass than make an action that could devastate everyone here.
Sometimes the action that will devastate is inaction.
And sometimes the one that will devastate is the action. Neither will ever be perfectly correct. I am letting you know what I do. I understand what you do.
I am so glad we're doing this now when everybody's bright and chipper and cheery.
Mordecai is going to look at Grania like throwing C4 on a vehicle within range.
Let me get to that myself.
Yeah.
Do you know where that C4 would have been more useful?
On the armored truck that I didn't know was coming.
Yes. The fact that you threw it immediately certainly had an effect, but just like holding back creates its own problems, firing too soon does the same. That explosive could have handily eliminated that squad of soldiers if we had not thrown it immediately.
Once Moriko is done, though, she is going to go into her little cardboard palace and she's going to start trying to meditate, ignoring the rest.
Cool.
True.
Because she's got to start up, and that's a 10, Jack.
I'm muted. Yep, difficulty 10.
What was it?
Of course, if I had waited to throw it at the armored truck that I didn't know was coming, if, for instance, those other troopers had been in the car, which is what my suspicion was, they would have just come out swinging and separated out before it would have been effective, and you would be telling me that I should have thrown it earlier. Also, if I hadn't thrown it then and detonated it when I did, we would have still been having to fight the other for more when the enemies came up, which means that our focus would have been split between two very dangerous targets.
Jesus,
I made a quick decision based on the materials that I had at hand and the most likely outcome, and honestly, I think it was the best decision I could have made.
I love how everyone here thinks I'm saying they did everything poorly.
Oh no, I'm not saying you think I did anything poorly. I am doing the thing you're doing, but to myself, because I've been doing this for a long time.
Okay. I understand you have. And I'm not going to deny the C4 was helpful in one respect. It also came with a whole lot of downsides.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So does, I mean, any sort of ambush that you're going to get into is going to be downsides. Typically, I prefer to be the ambusher rather than the ambushee. But eliminating variables and eliminating opportunities for the ambush to get worse is my job. And that's what I did. I'm not saying like I said, I'm not saying you're accusing me of doing anything bad. I'm saying that I am fully cognizant of what my role is in any sort of situation, and able to self-analyze for what I could do better and what I could do worse. And honestly, I think waiting would have been the worst call, based on what was happening, because that would have let that sniper get off a few more rounds at those of us that then had smoke cover from the explosion, and it wouldn't have just been Sal on the ground.
While we might have had smoke cover, we didn't have a wall.
we didn't have a means of escaping. We don't have a means of escaping. Once the situation happened, we have brought the attention of a lot of things on us, including the people who from the sept now know where we were. 100%.
No, they know that a gas line exploded.
The people from the sept aren't idiots. They're going to know exactly what that explosion was.
That area probably smells of worm, probably as well.
If they come out and investigate, but do you? Y'all were in Los Angeles, in Las Vegas previously. Did you go out? Did you personally go out and investigate every single house fire, every time the fire department got called out somewhere?
No, but if I was
particularly outside city limits,
if I was looking for somebody, and all of a sudden there was they had gone off of the map, and then all of a sudden there was a gas main explosion outside of the city, I know where I'd go.
And then they'd find worm taint.
Oh,
and if you think they'd tie worm taint directly to us, maybe they would. I don't know. I don't know these people.
They tie worm taint to the worm was acting against someone, and the most likely target is werewolves.
And there was an explosion. Like
you think we're the only people that the worm acts against? They're actively trying to dig for some shit.
No, but they knew that we were out here, and then the worm attacked someone that they didn't know who was there.
As far as they knew, we were going the other direction because I did my job.
Absolutely. And now they have really good reason to believe it's elsewhere. I'm just saying.
Possibly.
And again, I'm not saying I'm pissed about any of this. I'm extremely frustrated about some things that were an unavoidable circumstance of that I'm not putting blame on you for.
Absolutely. Well, I guess my point here is, and the reason why I figured this probably should do the job review in the morning. When you're you're right. You know, we're not necessarily going to be receptive to things once we've sort of had time to think about what we've done and have our ready defenses to go. But also, y'all haven't had time to really fully absorb everything that happened. So your judgments are based off of just coming off the heat of the moment and what you've been able to very quickly analyze while we were running away and burying a body. You need to take time to absorb the events before you can properly review it.
To you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to account for what anybody else was doing. I can only account for myself because I'm the person that I was paying most attention to. I'm not trying to put out a review.
Mm-hmm.
You're defending a lot. Alex is going to go over to Dakota's thing.
Cardboard palace.
Yeah.
All right.
Ingvar looks at Aiden.
We'll
you want to keep doing this
later?
All right.
I need you to understand, though, that my doing this now, my decision to do this now comes from experience.
Yeah. Your experience with a different pack.
Absolutely, with a different pack.
And different packs are going to take this information at different times better.
And some of them will take it. All right, let's go.
Exactly. Some of them won't.
I mean, Sal's note I can sort of get out of the way. Try not to get shot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, Mordecai's shifted into her lupus form, and she's probably just going to be trying to go to sleep. She couldn't meditate.
Mm-hmm.
There's an old.
We're shifting. Actually, we're shifting to Dakota and boxcars for our last scene of the night. Mm. Who just sit there in silence, apparently.
Does she come in?
Like knock, knock. She just says that because I don't want to.
Yeah, there's not really
all over.
they're
so
lean-tos.
I don't knock on anything. I just say knock, knock.
Awesome. Yeah, no, because as the description is, it transforms any flimsy structure into a decent place to sleep. Cardboard, newspaper, torn down branches, lean-tos, etc. The walls become water resistant and insulated. So they're like they're sturdier than they were a few seconds ago, but they're lean-tos. They really are just branches. You know.
Dakota will look just to make sure that it is Alex.
Yeah.
Even with
Her
the
face
knock.
is messed up. It's real bad.
You can come in.
Okay. Squeeze inside.
How do you? Oh, go ahead.
Oh. I was gonna say. I see you throwing yourself on top of Sal like a grenade a lot of times recently.
He kind of needs it. Like, I don't want it to seem like I don't care about everybody else. He just keeps getting himself in these situations.
Mm-hmm. I think he kind of bounced like rubber. He's all of us are going to be getting into these kinds of situations. I just worry that you're going to keep doing that, and then in the next fight, two of us will be like Sal, and you'll try and do that, and then there will be more of us, and it'll just be you're trying to save everyone.
Yeah.
To not have us get hurt.
Yeah. I don't understand how that's bad.
It's not. It's when that's the only thing you're doing.
I mean, it's not the only thing I did. I also murdered someone.
I know. It's just sometimes the way to not have people get hurt is to murder first and then go.
But Sal was already hurt.
Yeah, in that one.
And there was no one with him.
I know.
I would have done it for anybody if there was no one else with them. Just like I said to Sal the other night when he got in the situation with the rest of the group, I would have thrown myself on anyone.
That time I think he needed to learn.
I think he did, though.
Hopefully. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota will hug you.
Okay.
All right. And as camp has been set and everybody has a comfortable place to sleep, at least for the night, that is where we will pick up next time.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.